are really getting busy. So we are going to get into which teams are winning, which teams are underperforming, and ultimately which NBA stars are over there dominating in the Eurobasket. This show is brought to you by the amazing people over at SplashSports. If you haven't downloaded the app, download the app and join our Survivor contest right now to win $50,000. Fellas, talk to me about how you guys feel about the Eurobasket breakout stars as of right now.
Breakout stars isn't the word that I'm looking for, Ron, more than guys just being comfortable in their natural habitat. What I mean when I say that is guys like Luka, guys like Lauri Markkanen, Fontecchio, like they're used to playing a certain way. And it's not a coincidence that when these guys get in these tournaments, whether it's the Eurobasket tournament, whether it's the FIBA World Championships, when they're playing with their international teams, this is the brand of basketball that they're used to playing with. The adjustment is when they come to the States and they got to play that kind of game where there's less ball movement, there's less action off the basketball, there's more one-on-one, which is not what they're used to. That's why you see guys like Lauri Markkanen doing what Lauri Markkanen does. So it's not necessarily Lauri Markkanen just getting busy just as a one-on-one player. It's him doing it within the confines of what they do. In that it's in the confines of what they do, and I think it's great for these guys. I'm on record saying it, Ron. I think Lauri Markkanen, if Will Hardy can do himself a favor, because I already seen Eric Spoelstra do it. He's been over in Europe watching the Eurobasket tournament, so he's been watching Pell, right? He's been watching he's been watching Larson, he's been watching Jovic, and I think he's seen these guys, and I think he's going to incorporate a lot of the stuff that's going on over there that make those guys successful. I think he's going to incorporate that into what they're doing in the NBA game to make his team more successful.
Yeah, I think I'm just learning how great some of these players are, man. Like, you know, we don't see a lot of these players over in the NBA, and then you see them and they're snipers, man. They're like going off and they're hitting shots like wide open. And you're like, damn, NBA players are good. Damn, NBA players are good that these guys can't make it over there. And it's hard to get open in the NBA, but this play style, as Chill said, very conducive to players who understand the game. And I think continuity matters a lot. I think there's a probably like a brand of fan out there who just sees a couple NBA players and they're like, they're too good. They're going to get wiped. They're going to get wiped by a team that's been playing together for a while. So I think team is more in focus right now, for sure.
And that's largely due to the structure of what's been going on with these guys throughout the course of their careers. It's not a coincidence that, you know, Giannis is who he is, and Greece is at the top of their division, Ron. Right? Greece is at the top of their division. Oh, so they lost? Did they lose today? Or
they did lose today, but Giannis did not play. Giannis did not play, and
Giannis didn't play today. Okay, yeah. Because I know they were at the top of their division. I mean, Giannis, I think he's third in the Eurobasket tournament in scoring. He's shooting almost 75% from the floor. They played against Latvia, and Porzingis was giving him the mid-range. I think he cracked 4 in a row. I mean, Giannis has been really comfortable in that area, and I think that works for what they're trying to do. Ron, I'm on record saying it. I think Germany's going to win the tournament. I know how y'all feel about Serbia, and I got no problem with that. But I just think that German team, I think that from what I saw with them last year in the Olympics, and how conducive each one of their guys' games are to the international game and how well they play together, I just like what I'm seeing from that German team.
I don't know about Germany, man. Turkey looks great. Turkey looks great, man. Şengün looks like he's ready to put the world on notice, right? Like he just got KD as a teammate now. They got their eyes on a championship. And these international tournaments, whether we're talking the Olympics, you know, whether we're talking Eurobasket, it can be like a preview of things to come. It'll let you know, like, this is what I've been working on this summer. I think Şengün looks great. And I think Turkey is very tough in Group A for sure.
And go ahead. I'm sorry, Ron.
No, go ahead. You got it.
What I was thinking, because like again, Penn, we see these guys in the pro game here in the NBA, and it's so different than what they're doing over there. It's less isolation, more IQ, more action off the ball, more setting up guys to get to where they need to get in the space that they need to be the most successful. as opposed to in the pro game today, right here in the States, where it's more isolation. It's not conducive to your skill set and getting you off. That's why we have guys like Quentin Grimes going off the way Quentin Grimes goes off. And you're like, damn, I didn't know he could do that. Well, he actually can if you put him in space where he can be more productive. And I think that that's what we're seeing more than anything in the Eurobasket tournaments. This team in Turkey, for example, I haven't seen much of Turkey, but I have watched Finland. And we're watching Finland, and I'm not, again, Ron, I'm not able to see as much of what's going on because I don't really know where the games are. I catch a lot of it on YouTube, like the playback games. But with that being said, they put Lauri Markkanen in space where he can be the most productive as a bucket getter, as a scorer. I didn't know Lauri Markkanen could pass like that. I did not know that. I was blown away. I'm like, Lauri Markkanen can pass? Lauri Markkanen is a distributor? I did not know that. Turns out Lauri Markkanen can pass. And he's actually a really good passer. So it's stuff like that that I watch when I'm watching this international game. And like I said, Eric Spoelstra is ahead of the curve because he goes over there and he's watching Pell and he's watching Jovic and he's seeing how they're incorporating these guys in the game and going, all right, I got to take that and I got to put that in our game plan so I can make him to be the most productive as possible. That way, we can have a better chance to win as opposed to just sticking with what everybody else is doing.
I'm not really sure he's going to use Jovic like he's being used in Serbia. Number one, you don't have Jokic. You don't have the same team. You don't have the same team structure. You don't have the same court. You don't have the same competition. Sure. You don't have the same athleticism. Like over there right now, Jovic is a good athlete. In the NBA, not so much.
And I don't think that you have to be a great athlete because Luka's not a great athlete, if we're being honest. But if you notice how Jovic plays off of Luka, off of Joker. I mean, I think that having a passer like Bam, because Bam can pass. He's not the passer that Joker is. I'm not going to argue that point. No, I'm not going to argue that point that he's the passer. I'm not going to argue that he's the passer that Joker is. But they run a lot of their stuff through Bam, a lot of dribble handoff, a lot of DHOs, a lot of cross screens, and Bam can pass. And I think that with Coach Spo watching how they operate, we can incorporate some of that stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, Penn. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to look at Joker. I'm not, if I'm Spo, I'm not looking at Joker going, yo, we can do that. Well, no, you can't because we don't have that. That's the only way we can do that. But
there's a lot of European influence coming into the NBA already. We see it. Like we see it with Jordi Fernandez over, we see Darko Rajakovic in Toronto. Like we're seeing more European coaches. We're seeing more European assistants. We're seeing more team first basketball. I would argue the way the Indiana Pacers play is very EuroLeague. Like, I don't know, Ron, you watch a lot of EuroLeague. Would you agree with that? Like there's elements of it, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of motion and a lot of ball movement. And that's what the EuroLeague's predicated around. It's not as much one-on-one. It's more pick and roll. It's more passing, cutting, and just traditional sets.
For sure.
With that,
and I mean, like if you look at the triangle, right? How many championships? 11 with Phil Jackson, right? Mm-hmm. You look at Greg Popovich's system, 5 championships in San Antonio. Extend that forward to Steve Kerr, it's 4 more championships with Golden State. The last 35 years been dominated by motion. We getting a lot of motion, not a lot of isolation, right? And I think a lot of the pace and space stuff, even if you look at some of the pioneers coming over, Mike D'Antoni, where did he come from? Where did he play? Played in Europe, right? We're already seeing European influence all over basketball. We're seeing it at the top of the top. We're seeing league MVP after league MVP be European or international, right? So I think this is a good exhibition to see how the games are different, but I don't necessarily think there's going to ever be a one-for-one translation in terms of how guys are playing for the national teams versus how they're going to play for the NBA clubs. It's a totally different level of athleticism at the NBA level. You're just not going to be able to do the same stuff.
I mean, we're seeing it from the top guys, though. Lauri Markkanen, he may be overproducing, you could say that. But at the same time, we don't know what he's going to step into in his role next year. But I know Luka is Luka, Eurobasket or NBA. Giannis is Giannis, Eurobasket or NBA. Jokic is Jokic, Eurobasket or NBA. You guys are telling me that Denny Avdija is like that. He's averaging 22 and he's 6th in the Eurobasket in scoring. No, I think that this may be an accurate transition. What's up, Chip?
I think Israel is in first place too.
They are in their bracket. They're definitely in first place, or in their group. They're first.
They just won. I mean, chill. In 2014, the beautiful game Spurs, they average about 330 passes per game. This past year. It's ridiculous, right? It's the most beautiful basketball you ever seen. This past year, Indiana averaged 332.
Yes, great
So
action.
it's
great
league
action.
leaders, right? So it's right up there, right? Yeah.
Well, the thing I'm thinking about, Penn, to your point, where you brought up that in the EuroLeague, when you brought up the triangle and Greg Popovich and then Steve Kerr. Well, again, like Steve Kerr, he had iterations of the triangle, right? He had iterations of what's going on with the San Antonio Spurs. I think that's the same logic with these Euros coming over to the pro game here. Okay, I'm not going to completely take everything that they're doing in the European game and bring it over here. No, I'm not going to be able to do that because
For sure.
I don't think that there's a lot of guys who can. I don't think that they can comprehend the game like that. But these Euros, I think that they were taught the game a little bit different. So I could bring a lot of the stuff that they do in terms of a productive way. I could bring a lot of the stuff that they do over to our game, and I can incorporate that on our crew to advance them. So I'm not going to completely bring the triangle in because we saw what happened when the Knicks tried to implement the triangle and Carmelo Anthony was clueless.
Wrong personnel to do it.
No idea. No, we can't do that with guys like that. But what I can do is because I got a really good power forward who is playing his natural position in Bam Adebayo, who's a damn good passer. Well, I got this kid named Jovic who's playing on the Serbian national team, who's playing with arguably the best passer in the NBA, that we can get some more action where we can get him open on cross screens. We can get him open on flare screens. And they run a lot of that stuff on the Serbian national team. Maybe I can incorporate some of that stuff, not take their entire offense, because that's not going to work where we are. So I think that if we can, if we can see more of what they're doing and incorporate some of it, I think that these guys, we're going to have some breakout years, Ron. I got Lauri Markkanen, and I'm on record saying it, between him and Josh Giddey, I got them two as most improved this season.
Damn.
So as of right now, just a quick update on what's going on.
Yep.
Most teams have played 4 games. It is a couple teams that are still playing today. One of which being Luka Doncic in Slovenia. If they win, they move on to the round of 16. And it's based on there's 4 different groups. You have to come top, and each group has 6 teams in it or 6 countries. You have to come top 4 in your group to be able to advance. So as of right now, just some notable teams that it's looking like, well, some teams for sure are advancing, but Turkey is advancing, Serbia is advancing. Obviously, that's Şengün, that's Jokic, and some other NBA players as well. You have Latvia. It's looking like they're going to advance. That's Kristaps Porzingis. Estonia will be advancing. I'm not sure any NBA players on Estonia. You have Germany. They're undefeated. They'll be advancing. And by the way, Turkey and Serbia are both undefeated as well. Germany's undefeated. They'll be advancing. Lithuania, obviously, you have Valanciunas. They'll be advancing. They're 3-1. Finland.
My bad.
What's up?
Nothing. Go ahead. Keep going. My bad.
Finland will be advancing. They're 3-1. Montenegro, they'll also be advancing. They're only 1-3, but they'll be advancing. And obviously, Finland has Lauri Markkanen. Greece and Giannis, they're 3-1. They'll be advancing. Bosnia, they'll be advancing. Spain, they still have a game to play. Spain and Italy both have a game to play, but regardless of whether they win or lose, both of those teams will be advancing. Israel, led by Deni Avdija, they're 3-1. They'll be advancing. Poland is 3-0. They'll definitely be advancing, but they still have one more game to play. France has one more game to play as well, but they will be advancing, win or loss. And Belgium will also be the 16th team that will be advancing. Well, no. Belgium will only advance if Slovenia loses today. And the point differential, Slovenia has a much better point differential. They have Belgium has a -21. And Slovenia only has a -1. Or my bad, -41. Slovenia has a -1. So Slovenia would have to lose by 42 points.
They got to get smoked.
Or 43, which is not going to happen. So it's looking like Luka and Slovenia is going to advance.
Right? Each
Belgium is 5 games.
Belgium's 1-3. They've already played all 4 of their games.
Okay, gotcha.
So
isn't it 5 games?
Is it 5 games?
Yes. I'm nearly positive. Yes.
Okay.
I'm 90% positive. So in terms of what you're saying,
it is 5 games.
Yeah, so it's to give everyone the overview, as you said, there's Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D. Anyone who's familiar with FIBA or even soccer, FIFA, it's very similar. Each group has six teams. They play 5 games, right? So you play each member of your group once. So that gives you 5 games, and the top 4 teams advance. So right now, like the only locks to really advance, Turkey, Serbia. There's a big asterisk next to Lithuania because they lost their best player. Sorry, Jonas Valanciunas. I don't think you're their best player. Rokas is their best player, and they've lost him.
Rokas Shukovatis?
Yeah, he's great, and I think he's out with an ACL. He's out. So yeah, he's 24, man. He's great. Like watching him play, I see real NBA talent in him. So without him, they'll have a really, really tough time. So I can almost guarantee that like Group B is going to come down to Finland and Germany, and Group A is going to come down to Serbia, Turkey. But Latvia is talented, like with with Kristaps Porzingis. Like that's tough, right? But Serbia is so clearly ahead of the pack that them losing Bogi, I think, brings them to human levels because they were so clearly favored to win this tournament prior to
Bogi
losing.
Makes them beatable. Like losing Bogi now makes them beatable. As opposed to with Bogi.
But they're still so good. Like they're whooping teams. They're not even showing up, Joe. They're not even showing up. It's like watching the senior. It's like watching the varsity team against grade schoolers right now.
Yeah,
like they'll have a challenge against Turkey for sure, though.
And to your point, watching them, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, with Joker, with Topic, like Joker, Topic, Stefan, I mean, Serbia's got a damn good team in terms of talent, overall talent. They got a damn good team. I'm not going to argue that point. But when I watched that German team, and what I saw last year with them in the Olympics, and the thing that I thought, maybe I'm in the majority, maybe I'm in the minority, but the thing that what I saw with them, I just liked how Dennis Schroeder works in the international game. Like right. he's a much more proficient scorer. He's a much better distributor, and I think again that's largely due to the action. That's largely due to the ball movement. You know, he's not an isolation player, and a lot of the stuff that he gets is conducive to the offense that they run, and I like that about them. I do. I really like that about them, and I think that we're in a space where we could very well see, right? I think we could very well see this German team in Serbia in the championship game.
I would expect that, Chill. I mean, like Germany, I think you'll agree with me. I think Germany, like they're my favorites. I think Germany's the best team.
I got them winning that. I do.
Yeah. And this isn't just this year. Like Germany's been in, as far as all the FIBA play and Olympics and all that stuff, Germany's always like been in my top 3 teams. You know, I like the way they play together. I mean, obviously the best player is playing in Serbia,
sure.
in Slovenia. But as far as teams go,
Greece.
Oh, right. Thanks, Penn. Yeah, Greece too. But like Germany, as far as their team construction, how they play together, I really enjoy watching them play. I like that team.
So how's that work?
Whooped Great Britain 120-57, Joe.
Oh, yeah, come on. They should do.
Damn, Mars.
Us four, Mars, and a couple other cats. We could get Great Britain.
Mars is gonna be on the Great Britain team.
No,
we can't get Mars. We gotta get
Mars. If I know Mars goes with the winning squad, so he's gonna come over here.
He's gonna flip.
If you're on that Great Britain team, we mismatch on Mars all day long. We're getting Mars as much into action as possible.
You know why he doesn't want to play? Because their pre or post game meal is gonna be fish and chips, and he's gonna be like, "Man, I don't want that. I don't want that shit."
That might have something to do with it. Yeah, that definitely might have something to do with it. Let me ask you guys this, because with what Luka is doing, because if I'm not mistaken, straighten me out if I'm wrong. I think he leads the tournament in points, rebounds, assists, and something else.
Steals.
I'm sorry. So Luka is in the passing lane. Yes,
steals, Ron.
Yes, sir. Luka is in the passing lane. He's playing some defense, Ron. Yes, he is. So with that being said, right? And I'd like to think that the Eurobasket tournament has become
that defense, boy.
I think that the Eurobasket tournament has become something of of credibility in terms of tournaments, right? Because the NBA players, they give it credibility when they play in it. Like before, it didn't really have much credibility because a lot of the NBA players didn't play in it.
Well, Chill, that's credibility to us, though. Like, Chill just brought up Rokas Jokibatis. Like, Rokas is one of the best young talents, like players under 25 in the world. Like, a lot of people wouldn't know. He got EuroLeague Rising Star Player of the Year 2 years ago when he was, or I think maybe 3 years ago when he was 21. So, like, just because we don't know about it, don't mean that they not over there hoping.
Yo.
Yes, they are. They 100% are. What I'm thinking to myself, though, Ron, is, and the question that I have for you guys, like what Markkanen is doing. I mean, the fact that he's on a bad team in Utah, but what Luka is doing, because he's on a bad team in Slovenia, when he comes over to the States, like, how does that enhance what Markkanen is doing over here? Like, where would that put Markkanen? Because we already know who Luka is in the NBA. We see what he's doing in the Eurobasket tournament. How does that enhance him coming into this season? Are we looking at Luka? We already know that Luka is one of the best players in the world. Could Luka be the best player in the world? Could Lauri Markkanen be one of the best players in the world now?
I don't
Yo,
look
before you answer that right quick, I just want to let the people know that Luka may be the best player in the world, but he's not the best app in the world. You can only get that and experience that by downloading Splash Sports. And the reason why I say that this is the best app for those who know ball is because they have things like a 50K Survivor. And they have games of skill like a 15K weekly pickup. Now, the beautiful thing about this and our community here at Players Choice is it's a lot of you. It's a lot of you. But it's only one opportunity to survive in advance based on the picks that you make every single week into a $50,000 grand prize. Now, here's how this whole thing works. Every entrant attempts to select all the games per slate and are awarded 1 point per game that they get right. That's actually the weekly pickup. So this is the 15K weekly pickup. Everybody gets a slate of games. You choose who you think is going to be the correct winner for each game. And the person that wins the most games will get 15K. And this is something that we're going to do weekly. Now, this is the NFL season, y'all. The NBA hasn't kicked off yet. So what we're doing is we're giving you guys a nice little, the prelims. You know, we're giving you guys a nice little appetizer with the NFL football season. So every single week we'll have a certain amount of games for you to choose from. And whoever chooses the most will get 15,000. And this is weekly. And here's the thing, y'all. It is a certain amount of slots that you guys get to fill up per week for the weekly pickup. The more people that join, the higher the payout. So make sure to tell your friends, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to join the weekly pickup so the prize pot will increase and you can do what you do best. And then last but not least, we have the 50K Survivor. In the 50K Survivor, you have to pay $25 to win. But once again, the last man standing will take home 50K. So the same thing applies. Tell your friends, tell your cousins, tell your aunties and uncles, tell your girlfriends or boyfriends to tell whoever they know and spread the word on social media. Because once again, if you win, you advance. If you lose, you go home. But the person that is standing at the end of the day will take home 50,000. That's how we got it. Download the app. The link is in the bio. And once again, you are competing against other fans. You're not competing against the house. Don't do that. That's what amateurs do. We'll see you guys in the winner's circle.
What you were saying, though, Chill. I don't like. I've always been very high on Lauri Markkanen. Since Arizona, since rookie season, I've always been really high on Lauri Markkanen. But I just don't judge or expect something different in the NBA based on what happens in international play, because I look at like the style of play to be different, the teammates to be different, the chemistry, camaraderie, all of that is just different. You know what I'm saying? In some instances where you'll see in the NBA, these other guys might have separate agendas. You know what I'm saying? Where Lauri Markkanen is trying to be the best player he can be. These other guys are thinking about, man, I'm trying to stick. I need a contract. You know what I'm saying? I want to play in the NBA for 10 years. I'm thinking about this. These guys over here in Finland, we trying to win this. We trying to get a medal. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different style of plays. There's different agendas. There's different everything. So I don't expect to see the same thing out here as I do over there. You know,
it sounds like that. It sounds like they're more apt to. It's more about the country as opposed to when you're playing in Utah. And my contract is up this season, so I'm really not concerned about what Lauri Markkanen is doing. Like, I got to make sure that I do my thing, as opposed to playing in Finland. It's an honor to play for the national team and to win the championship or to come in second to get a silver medal or something like that. Whether it's in Eurobasket, whether it's in the Olympics, because I'm representing the country.
And somewhat chill, and somewhat rightfully so. I know I talk about the team a lot, but in some cases it's rightfully so. Like if I'm in Utah, y'all give me somebody, a 9th, 10th man in Utah, not Phil Pawski. He's too dope.
Right.
Somebody, anybody.
What's his name? What's the point guard?
What you call it? Kelly O. Kelly O played in Utah.
So
Kelly O. Y'all don't know the Utah roster?
Yeah, Kelly O was on the Utah roster last year.
He's not there anymore. No,
I know
he was on Toronto last year.
Right. So just the young fella that from USC, right?
Yeah, that's what Isaiah Collier.
Isaiah Collier. So a guy like that, if I'm Isaiah Collier, like, I am thinking about Lauri Markkanen, but that's damn near where the love stop. You know, for me, I'm kind of like, I'm trying to prove to Danny that I can be an NBA point guard or backup or whatever position I think I'm fit for. I'm trying to prove that, and he should be thinking about his future. You know what I'm saying? Utah not trying to win no basketball games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like, Lauri, let's get off. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. I'm thinking about that, right? But Lauri's teammates over here right now, they're like, I've been knowing Lauri since we were 13. You know what I'm saying? I know him already. You know what I'm saying? That's my dude. Yeah. I'm not going to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna be over there. Let's get this gold. Let's take it back home and get all the love. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thought process on that. And that's why I think it's different. And that's why I'm not gonna judge. I'm not expecting Lauri to come to the NBA and be dropping 40 a game. I think Lauri's capable of that, but I think there are gonna be some people that see Lauri doing this. He's gonna come back to the NBA and it's gonna come back to normal. Lauri's coming with his 21s, 22s, all that. And people are gonna be like, oh man, I thought Lauri, he's a bum. It's like,
Lauri's capable of 40 a game, but Michael Jordan not capable of 45. Shout outs to Fluent.
Lauri Markkanen could definitely give you 40, but he would never average 40.
I thought you meant he could average 40. Damn.
No.
Luka leading the whole tournament in scoring, but holy crap, he is not doing it like these other guys. Giannis shooting 74% from the field, bro. He's making 3 out of every 4 shots. Luka shooting 42%. Like what? That Slovenian team is not good.
Right quick, since he brought up Luka. We are on Luka alert right now. He's playing. Slovenia and Iceland are playing. They're tied at 30-30 with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Luka Doncic, however, hasn't played since the first quarter because he has 3 fouls. Old habits die hard.
He got fouls because he's playing defense, right?
He does have a steal in him. He does have a steal in him.
That's what I'm talking about. He got 2 stocks.
This Fox heel turn is so weird to me. Luka FC.
It's not a turn. It's new information. I told y'all, Pen. I told y'all over a year ago. If Luka starts playing, chill. You heard me say this, Ron. You heard me say this. Back me up for one time, please, Ron. Tell the truth. I said if Luka Doncic starts playing defense, he can easily be one of my favorite players. Easily.
He said that. Word for word, Ron.
Is he playing defense or is he hacking?
Yes, he's playing a little bit of both. When you play defense, you hack a little bit. Hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? Hit somebody. But to my point, Penn, I want to ask you something. Would you rather a guy like average around 30, but like low efficiency, or average like in the high teens with high efficiency? if they're a guy that you need to get buckets, like if this is one of the guys I
Define
need
high efficiency and low efficiency. If we're talking Giannis Antetokounmpo, 75%, that's not high efficiency. That's God mode efficiency.
Yeah, but what if he's dropping 22?
Steve Nash. How about that? How about Steve Nash?
That's a
He's
good
averaging
example. So Steve Nash
7,
versus
18
Cam Thomas.
Yes.
Give me Steve Nash.
No, because just the scoring,
Nash
only the
clears.
scoring, only the scoring,
Yeah,
not all the other attributes.
Like, give me Nash's scoring because the threat to score is dangerous too, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Like, if you're low efficiency, you're not forcing collapse. Like, that's something I noticed with a lot of these guys that put up big numbers on low efficiency. Defenses don't care. Like, so to me, it's like always about what does the defense fear you? Like, Jason Kidd didn't score a lot of points, but man, when that guy got in the paint, Steve Nash didn't score a lot of points, but man, when he got into the paint, keeping that dribble alive, surveying, keeping his head up, he is a weapon right there. He doesn't have to score. So the high, like the efficiency, to me, I was literally having this conversation with Jordan yesterday or the day before on his stream. I think when you were on as well, I think right after you left, we started talking about scoring diversity versus scoring volume, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, like I think scoring diversity is very important, and I understand that sometimes I can compromise a little bit of efficiency to get a little bit more diversity, right? So like if you just a mid-post merchant but you can't shoot from 3, or like if you just a front of the basket guy, like, and you can't shoot from anywhere else, I'll take a 3-4% dip just to give you a little bit more variety in your shot, because I think that's going to make you a lot harder to slow down. And I think the case example of this is Luka versus Harden. Very similar players, often used as a, oh wow, this guy is just like this guy, but totally different in the playoffs. Luka, major playoff riser. Harden, major playoff dropper. I think it comes down to their scoring diversity. So even if you could say Luka takes a lot more mid-range shots, Harden takes more threes, Harden's more efficient, it's like in the playoffs, one of these players is way better because I think the diversity goes up. So I don't know. If you're comparing two major load bucket getters, I think the efficiency can dip a little bit for diversity. But yeah.
And those bad shots, they get magnified in the playoffs. So if you got a guy who's taking bad shots throughout the course of the season, whether it's James Harden or whomever, a guy that I'd like to bring up is LaMelo Ball. Like if you got a guy taking those bad shots throughout the course of the season, when you get in the playoffs and you're playing against much better defense. Am I still here?
Yeah, you good.
Y'all wasn't gonna say nothing. Y'all just gonna let him freeze out.
He wasn't frozen.
That's your raggedy ass Wi-Fi, Ron.
You frozen.
As I was
let it go.
Y'all wasn't gonna say nothing. Y'all just gonna sit here and let me freeze.
I didn't know you was frozen.
Yes, Elsa.
Point I was.
You're not doing anything. How am I supposed to know if you froze?
Proceed, chill.
You're just sitting there in the corner. You're a bum. Keep going.
As you were saying, Cho.
Point I was making, Pen, is when you are a bad shot taker, especially on high volume, I feel like that gets, highlighted in the playoffs. So a guy like Steve Nash, the reason why his efficiency didn't drop very much is because Steve Nash isn't a bad shot taker. He might not be a high scorer on high volume, but the stuff that he does, he gets it in the space that he's comfortable in. He's not doing anything that's out of the ordinary. I'm good in the mid-range. I'm good at the elbow. A guy like LaMelo Ball, you shooting one-leg threes, like that doesn't work when the competition level in the playoffs is more proficient. Like now I feel like your efficiency goes down even more. And not only does your efficiency go down even more, that means that you end up hurting your team even more. So
you'd be surprised. Sometimes bad shot takers are really good in the playoffs. Like I've noticed that a lot.
Example?
Kobe.
Malik Monk.
Yeah, because a lot of the easy shots that you're used to getting against the Washingtons and the Charlottes of the world, now everything's a little tighter, a little bit more contested. I like players who are unpredictable and random. Like I like random players. Another example of a very random player is Derrick Rose. I think Derrick Rose is very random. You can't really predict his movements. You can't really predict his shots. He's very much like unconventional.
He kind of choppy with it, like a little, even a little stiff sometimes. Like
you can't even predict his next step on a drive. You can't predict where he's going to take off from. There's certain guys who are very like one directional with all of their movements. Like we know what you're going to do. We know one dribble, two dribble, turn, left shoulder. We know. So now you keep doing that. The more you get into a series, now your defender has a rhythm for it. You're going to become less and less and less efficient. Unlike Luka, who is like just a creativity maestro, where it's like you really don't know what he's going to do, and he has like 85 different counters. So even if that like 100% diversity shot only goes in 45% of the time, it's going to keep going in 45% of the time because you can't predict 100% diversity. Whereas
you go even further with that.
What do you mean? What do you want me to expand on?
Like I would, because when you say like the unpredictability of some players, like
okay.
I've had a conversation with even Ron, right, where it's like
you've never asked me to expand on a point. I don't think
that's not true.
It's not true. It's rare. It's rare as hell. So let's take this like the birthday cake. Let's have a moment here. Okay, so Luka, right? How many different passes have you seen him throw? Like
a bunch, because I think Luka's not a robot as much as he kind of adapts, like, you know, where it's like if I need to throw this way, I could throw it this way. I could throw behind the back either way. So a bunch of different ways.
Exactly. So there's no position he's in where passing is not an option. He could be backing you down. He could pass on the transition. He can pass on the move. He doesn't need to stop to pass. Some guys need to stop to pass. Some guys can pass on the move. Some guys need to get the ball back to their right hand to pass. Some guys can pass left and right. His ambidexterity, his ability to pass no look, right? Like we're seeing this with Jokic too. The unpredictability of these players is a constant threat. Jokic is a threat to score and shoot and dribble from everywhere. You really can't tell. Like try to like, and to anybody at home trying to say this, like, okay, fire up a series of Luka possessions, pause, and tell me what he's going to do in the next 2 seconds. If you can predict it, so can the defense, right? So that's the point. Like there's just so many players that I watch that are so predictable with their motion. So even if in a regular season where we got, I don't know, one shoot around to prepare for you on the scouting report, maybe your tendencies are not going to get super scouted out. You're not going to go against the hottest competition every night. So maybe you get it off. Maybe you get it off because I'm only seeing you once. But now you get into a playoff game, you're already playing against better teams, and now we're going to scout you. We got a week to prepare for you. So now we know that every single time you go left, you finish left.
Yeah, but the range is so far, Penn. That's even more what I was getting to, is like the range is so far with different players. I think like if you go like from not so good players over here and really, really good players over here, they're both hard to guard.
Not so
in
good.
The middle, it's like in the middle, I know what you're gonna do because you're a good basketball player. Like you're a good basketball player, so I know what you're about to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always thought that good scorers should be good defenders, because you know what spots this person's trying to get to and what they're trying to do, right? But when you're kind of weak at basketball, you could do anything. Like I have no idea what's coming. If you're really, really good at basketball, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen. But when you're like just a good basketball player, it's easier to guard.
That's why that's why Gifted scored on you, right?
Exactly.
Yo, Ox, you said good scorers should be good defenders. And I believe diehard fans should be good fans. And the only way you could do that is by going to support your team. And you could do this by downloading the Gametime app, creating an account, and using code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. You see, the thing about Gametime is it makes getting tickets faster and easier, even for opening night in the NFL, where, you know, tickets are going to be a little higher. Everybody's itching to get to that game because they've sat out for a whole off season. And the prices on the Gametime app will be a whole lot cheaper than if you go any other route. Plus, they have killer last-minute deals, views from your seats, and once again, they have the lowest prices guaranteed. You see, anytime I'm in Seattle and I want to go to a Seattle Storm game, like last night, or if I want to go to a Seattle Mariners game like I'll be going to next week, I always use the Gametime app because it's so many features that it allows me to be able to see the zone deals, so I can save more when I choose seats from a certain section, or I can see the views, a panoramic view at that, of my seat before I even purchase it. Oh, and once again, they have the lowest prices guaranteed. So you should take the guesswork out of buying tickets. Be a real fan. Don't be a fake fan that just sits on the couch all day. Get in the game and support your team. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, but again, create an account and redeem the code using CLNS. Download the Gametime app today. Get last-minute tickets. Lowest prices guaranteed, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, as of right now, it is about to be halftime of the Slovenia-Iceland game. The score is 36-33. Luka Doncic has played almost 14 minutes. He has 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, still has 3 fouls, obviously, 1 steal and 1 block. Slovenia is up 3 points. So we'll keep a close eye on that game for the second half. We'll see if Slovenia can get their second win. As of right now, they're 1-2. But
Ron, you know anybody on the Iceland squad? Like you, anybody you looking out for?
I don't know anybody. Nope. I don't know nobody. But shout out to Iceland. I mean, they sticking in this game, so.
You know, the crazy thing of watching Serbia's last game was I was looking at who they faced, right? And I thought to myself, there is not a single player on this Czech Republic team who can make Serbia's squad. Not one. Not a single
one guy?
Not
Yikes.
one guy. There's not one player. I don't think there's a player on that team who'd make their B team. I'm going to be honest. It's bad.
Damn.
Also, Pin, I want to say that Lithuania's best player is at home. Thought it out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Domas would be great. I think Wemby would have been great for France, man. Like we getting robbed here. Like there's a lot of good players that are sitting out, unfortunately. But
so Wemby's not playing. Who else isn't playing?
Domas not playing.
Oh, Sabonis isn't playing. Why isn't Sabonis playing? By the way, what's the problem with Sabonis? Why isn't he playing? Because he's got
a lot of these players don't take
the smoke.
A lot of players don't take Eurobasket as serious as the Olympics or as the FIBAs. And I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but I do believe if you're getting paid a majority of your money in a certain league, you should prioritize that league. I understand players are patriotic, but I don't even know if players even get paid to play in the Eurobasket. So
on top of that,
now you see like Rokas Šokabitis, he's going to have to miss the whole EuroLeague season because he wouldn't play for Lithuania, and he's only 24. He's still proving himself. He wouldn't play for Lithuania in a tournament that isn't as significant as the FIBAs or the Olympics. Definitely nowhere close to the Olympics. And now he's out for a season. He may never come back the same. I'm expecting him to. It's ACLs aren't what they used to be, but
he's young.
It's unfortunate.
It's the Olympics. The Olympics, chill. Yeah, get out there and go. But for a guy like DeMontis, though, chill. He's giving you 75 games a season in the NBA.
Sure,
you know what I'm
I can get with that.
He's not
counting on him too, and he's not giving you 75.
And he's in the paint. Chill, like this. He play. You know, he's physical. You know, he's banging down there. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a lunch pail dude. That's a lunch pail dude.
So I don't. Even and now obviously I don't know how the team in Lithuania how they feel about it, but if I was them, I'd understand. Like, okay, DeMontis, like this.
But I think Ron, where the divide comes in with me is like you just talked about him tearing up his knee, and I get that, but I'm 100% confident. I saw Boogie tear up his knee in a pickup game. I saw Klay Thompson snap his Achilles. Recovering from a knee injury. That can happen anywhere. And I've said this to you countless I've said this to you countless times, Ron. If I think I'm going to get hurt, that's going to be the mentality. I'm probably going to get hurt. I think that's going to happen anywhere. Now, the Eurobasket tournament, this isn't something that I'm mandated to do. This isn't something that I have to stay at too. Like I can play and then at any point I can just check out of it. And when I say check out of it, I don't mean like, I'm here, but I'm somewhere else. I mean, I've played enough. But in the end, and Ox and I have had this conversation, Ron, like these dudes are ballers. What am I doing in the off season? If I'm not just working out. I want to go play. And we're better to play. I want to play.
Giannis literally doing this right now. Like he just load managed because they already cleared their ticket to round of 16. So he doesn't need to play. And allegedly he has a sore knee or something like that. So we clarified this yesterday. That Bucks roster without Giannis might be like a G League team. So like if he gets hurt, you get the number 1 pick. Okay, so
I don't know, Penn. If without Giannis, like obviously they're not good, but without Giannis, I mean that means more minutes for Bobby Portis. I think y'all get to see how good Bobby is. I'm just saying Bobby is dope, but I know y'all don't all agree with that. But chill, like Max has said in the comments. Yeah, I think Bobby is nice. I've always liked Bobby, but Max has said something in the comments that I gotta agree with you. If I'm Luka, I wouldn't even be out there right now. Just because of how important I think this season coming up, how important I think this season is for Luka. Like that's exactly why
I think he should be out there. For that reason, I think
that's why he is out there.
That's exactly why, for that reason right there. And you see what's going on right there. Number one in the tournament in scoring, number 1 in the tournament in rebounding, number 1 in the tournament in assists, number 1 in the tournament in steals. Y'all said I was fat. Y'all said I was out of shape. Y'all said that I don't care. Well, I'm showing y'all this is a preview of what you are about to see coming this season when I get with the Lakers.
Yeah, chill. Like, and I understand that. And like, I sometimes think like proving points is not a good thing all the time. It's like, yeah, you can prove your point.
It's prideful.
That's it. Like it's the pride thing. Like I think the point proving time comes in October. You know what I'm saying? To Ron's point, this was the Olympics or Olympic qualifier type situation. Hell yeah, let's do that for the country. But right now, I mean, I don't know. And obviously, Luka's a baller, and he wants to play basketball, and I like that. Right. I respect that. I you know what I'm saying? I can resonate with that. Like,
sure.
Shoot it till you break it. Play till the wheels fall off. I'm all for that. But right now, just for what's coming in down there in La La Land, chill. Anything can happen. And obviously, like you said, he's gonna be in some type of gym somewhere doing something, and you could get hurt walking up a flight of stairs. Y'all seen how John Wall went out. You know what I'm saying? You can get hurt doing anything. And I agree with that. But it's less likely, you know what I'm saying, that something happens if you're working out than it does in this time. And plus, Slovenia is weak. They not winning nothing.
No, they're not.
Right.
They're not. But also, and playing in pickup, I'm not winning nothing playing in pickup either. If I'm in, at UCLA or if I'm playing pickup somewhere else. But to your point, when you talked about, being prideful, I mean, Ox, you said it yourself. How did Luka end up leaving Dallas? He ended up leaving Dallas because they didn't believe in him. They thought that he was fat. They thought he was out of shape. We're not winning with you. And then he goes over to Los Angeles, and they end up getting bounced in round 1. Luka, you don't care about your conditioning. And this is what you guys think about me. So what I'm going to show you, because contrary to popular belief, these guys listen a lot more than they let on. They pay attention a lot more than they let on. So you guys think I'm this. You guys think I'm out of shape. You guys think that I don't care about the game. You guys think that I'm not prepared to be a championship-ready guy. Well, I'm going to show you against some of the better competition in the world. Don't get me wrong. I think the NBA is the best league, but this Eurobasket tournament, which I understand, Ron, that you look at it as less than what's going on in the NBA because I'm getting paid more money. No question about that. But if I'm playing for my country, I think there's a different level of competition. And when there's a different level of competition,
I don't think it's less than. I don't think it's less than. My thing about it is Luka, if this league is paying me hundreds of million and this league is paying me zero, I'm not going to play in that league. It's a certain standard. And I understand it also is a certain level of nationalism. Yeah. But I'll catch y'all in 3 years. Furthermore, what's at stake for Luka? You guys know what financial implications that Luka's playing for?
Right.
$500 million.
Yeah, that next contract.
$500 million. You think
the next contract, Penn?
Didn't he already sign an extension?
Yeah, yes. but remember the contract he just signed is to set up for that next 28. Remember that contract of 28 is like is crazy. What is it like? I can't remember the exact numbers. So I'm not.
He's good enough that he's going to get paid no matter what.
I mean, that's not true. If you do what Jason Tatum just did, I'm not going to say that word. I don't want to put that in the
Kevin Durant tore his Achilles and still got a max contract.
And
did he not?
Look, this is
to rehab. So they gave him 1 year to rehab. So they basically paid him more than a max contract because he knew he wasn't playing the first year.
Yeah.
I'm saying top 5 players get paid the max no matter what. Some team out there is going to pay it.
Yeah, but you're not. Look. If something tragic happens, right? Which I mean, it won't. But you know what I'm saying? If something tragic happens and you don't, and you can't get back to what you once were, no, but you're not getting that contract that we're talking about, the one that's on there. Now, mind you, Luka might be a different type of guy. He might be the type of guy where I don't need $500,000, $500 million, whatever. I got money. I'm good. And that must be the way he's thinking, and that's fine. I'm more so because obviously I can look at it from a hooper standpoint. From a hooper standpoint, yeah, you're supposed to be out there playing ball. You know what I'm saying? And I live by that. Like, yeah, you hoop. If there's basketball to be played, you hoop. Penn, I grew up in the same time you grew up. I grew up with basketball shorts under my jeans. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We ball. You know what I'm saying? We ball. But I'm just looking at it from another point of view now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm looking at it that way. Like, what are we really playing for right now? You know what I'm saying? I think the Lakers upcoming season supersedes Slovenia going out there getting their ass kicked.
The schedule is not such a grind with the Eurobasket. You're not playing that often, right? You're practicing more than anything else. I think if I'm going back to Chris Bosh 2008, how good he looked after the Olympic run, sometimes these national team runs can really be a great primer to set you up. I understand they're an exhibition, like we're giving you a teaser, but they can also be such a, I think the mental part of it too, like being with your countrymen, winning, coming off that. Look at Dennis Schroeder, right? Like wins with Germany. He comes out, balls out, hoops, he's looking good, right? So it gets you in rhythm. And I know a lot of players, they start to get into competitive rhythm 5-on-5 like in late September. So they be coasting, right? But these players who play in international, they've been in rhythm since August. So you're probably going to get off to a much faster start. So yeah, the injury factor is always there. But these dudes be playing Drew League, they be playing Pan Am games. Like you can get injured anywhere. Right.
Yeah, well, Luka don't be in the pro-ams and Drew and stuff like that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you know what, Pin, though, too, and you know what? And coming from me, I need to just retract and remember the conversations I was having about Luka years previous to this, because I've seen Luka come into the season out of shape, and I was dogging him like there's no reason you should be out of shape. And for him to take that month off that he just took to lose the weight and now go do this, I think is a way for him to like, I'm trying to stay in shape. I want to come in on kill mode. And when you look at it that way, and to your point, Penn, it's not like they're playing back-to-backs and super strenuous and all that. I'm in this conversation, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, man.
And that's why, to your point, Ox, that's why I felt the way I did about Bam coming into the season last year, because he had such a great Olympics. I'm thinking that that's going to carry over, because I've seen it before. I saw it carry over with Kevin Love. I saw it carry over with Barkley, right? I saw it carry over with Jason Tatum. I've seen it carry over with guys who played internationally. And again, the Eurobasket, I think the championship game, if I'm not mistaken, is like on the 14th or something like that. The championship game. Slovenia is not going to be in the championship game, as we know. Slovenia is not that good. But the fact that these guys are playing as much as they're playing. Now, this is just a precursor to go right into the season and just be super sharp. And I don't have to worry about getting ready for the season. I don't have to worry about not being able to prepare because I'm already in that mode. Like the 2 weeks in between when training camp starts, I'm still going to be playing anyway. I'm still going to be sharp. I can appreciate Ron's logic because we're dealing with a lot of bread today, right? We wasn't dealing with that much money in 1995, right? In 1996 in the Olympics. We weren't dealing with that much money in 2000. I understand that. But in addition to the, I feel like in addition to the pride that they have playing for Slovenia, playing for Germany, in addition to that, and the confidence that they had coming out of that tournament, Lauri Markkanen is going to come in to the Utah Jazz camp with a different focus. He just got busy in the Eurobasket tournament. So now he's coming into the season, which just ended that Eurobasket tournament ended 2 weeks ago. He's coming into the season super sharp, ready to go. And he's and I think he's going to get busy this year. Definitely going to get busy.
Joe, think about it from the perspective of a Vando or a Dalton Connect or a Jackson Hayes, one of the Lakers role players, right? We open up training camp in late September. This dude comes in and he is hooping. He is in shape. He's feeling good. He's happy. That energy radiates down the roster. And he's coming off, maybe a tough loss. Maybe, maybe they finish bronze. I don't know. I don't know how well Slovenia does. I doubt it. But let's just say he's hooping on day one. He's in shape. He's probably talking championships. He's probably thinking like, let's get ready for a championship. Now, if you're a role player in that Lakers locker room, the focus is clear, and your best two players, which we know LeBron James coming in shape always, right? Yes. So your best two players are in shape. They're sharp. Now you got to match that level. Whereas if your best player comes in and he's 25 pounds overweight and the coach is, chewing him out and saying, you got to get into strength and conditioning, we got to get you to lose weight. Now you're not going to be in shape until January. Everybody else around you is just losing. They're rolling their eyes and they're losing faith in you by the second, right? So you got a competitive, MFer in Marcus Smart. That dude's coming correct. Like he was in a bad situation last year. He's made a great situation this year. And he's going to be playing in LA. There's a chance for him to prove, that he still got it, right? They got DeAndre Ayton. He could go either way. The best of DeAndre Ayton is a top 10 center in the league. The worst is out of the league next year. So, it could go either way. And if you can get the best out of him, it's going to be hard to slack off if you're DeAndre Ayton, if LeBron and Luka are setting the marching orders. You know what I mean? So,
I'm for sure playing devil's advocate a little bit with this. Just simply because it's Luka and just how much he's worth. And I mean, I could do the same thing with Jokic and Giannis as well, too. Even though I believe they're a little more established. They got
rings and MVP, bro.
Yeah, and they have a little less wiggle room. They've been through a couple more max contracts. Luka is still trying to prove himself. We know how good he is, but legacy-wise, he hasn't accomplished the things that certain players have. And on top of that, too, I don't want to say Luka's fragile. I don't want to say he's made of glass, but it could be hamstring, could be,
a lot of that though, Ron, is because of how he was taking care of himself. He's taking care of himself way different now. And because he's taking care of himself way different, I think you're going to see a different level of Luka. And to Penn's point, that resonates throughout the rest of the crew. James sees the kind of shape Luka is in when he comes into camp. Right? Not only does James see it, Ayton sees it. All of these guys see how serious this dude is coming into camp. Mm-hmm. So I got to make sure that I'm super sharp too, because we got an opportunity to do something special this year. We haven't seen Luka like this, looking like this since early Luka. We haven't seen Luka in this kind of shape since what, 20, 21? That kind of Luka.
Since the Black Lives Matter court.
Yes, that kind of Luka. Now all of a sudden we're back to that, and we're back to seeing Luka look super sharp. Now Luka's playing in the passing lane. In the process of Luka playing in the passing lane, he's getting buckets. He's distributing. Okay, so James is
recovering, blocking shots.
Yes, he's like
3.5 steals per game.
Wait till we get this dude this season.
Come on, man.
That's it. Everything you're saying is amazing. Once again, I'm playing devil's advocate, and all I'm gonna say is I would much rather Luka be a little out of shape at the start of training camp than for Luka to be injured. That's all I'm saying.
That's how he gets hurt, being out of shape. Real quick, I gotta ask y'all a quick question. I'm sorry, it's completely up. Who's starting quarterback for the Steelers? Is Aaron starting?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, just wanted to know.
Hey, Ron,
what's up?
You said Luka made of glass. You said Luka made of glass a little bit.
Yeah.
Shit, rubber. All that extra meat on his bones, boy. Shit. He lost a little weight.
I didn't even see Drenchy coming. What up, my dude, Drenchy? What up,
What's
brother?
the word? What's the word, man? It's been a rough day. You know, but I'm here. I showed up to work. I had to practice my script in the background. And now that I got my script right, I'm here. What's the word?
Okay.
It's been a rough day. It's not even noon.
Hey, Ron, I gotta get my rhymes right.
Shit.
I write my rhyme. You gotta write your rhymes down. And the words some of you dudes don't write down your rhymes, and it sound like it.
Yeah, that's
So
a
write
fact.
your rhymes down.
It's tough up here. It's tough up here. You know, I be trying to do that punch in method, that punch in method like the
You
young
write your
guys.
rhymes down.
Yeah,
Write down your
yeah.
rhymes,
Nah, it's
yo.
tough up here on this stage. We got good pen, we got good chill, good ox, and then Ron with his 3 for 4.
No
know?
good Ron.
Yeah.
Sir.
Ron said,
rhymes
I'm gonna keep shooting. See the video cut off 2 seconds later.
Hey, Jordan, I was planning on making like 10 in a row for real.
Shit.
Everybody playing on that, right?
Hey, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna keep shooting.
I'm gonna get you. But see, you know, I took a page out of Ox's book. I ain't just want to keep making videos and just show y'all all my misses. I wanted to show y'all that, you know, you can be human. That misses come with makes. You know, I easily could have just sat there and did it 100 times. Nah, I wanted to show y'all that. First off, I can bank free throws if I want to, and the bank's always open for somebody like me. But then also, I wanted to show you guys that you can make 2 and miss 2.
Right.
Chill.
Last year, Chill, I had to do that because I was dropping little videos just working out in the gym, and I'm like, you know what? Let's be realistic. So I dropped the video with just all clanks, nothing but misses. Like, yeah, this happens too. You know what I'm saying?
Real ballers show they misses. Real ballers show they misses.
That's a fact. Ron said, shit, I'm gonna shoot till I miss. Shit.
I'm looking forward to
the camera off 2 seconds later.
To be honest with you, Penn, I'm looking forward to a lot of these guys seeing how they translate from the Eurobasket tournament to getting on their crews and how their crews are going to use them. Fontecchio, Pell Larson, Jovic.
This might be Fontecchio last year in the league, though, Chill.
You think he might be over after this year?
A good possibility, yep.
Because he looks good in the Eurobasket.
I feel like we haven't really seen who these players are until they get into the knockout stage.
He didn't bounce around, 3 teams already, right?
2, Utah and Detroit.
He ain't on another team? He's still in Utah?
No, he was in Detroit last year.
No, he in Utah now, right?
That's a good question. I think he's still in. I think he's still in Detroit.
Okay.
Yes, he's not in Detroit.
Get him out of here. Yes. That's the one. Fontecchio.
No, he's in Miami actually. He's actually in Miami.
That's his 3rd team.
Hey, that's a good pickup for Miami too.
Fontecchio, that's the one. That's the one who shoot anything, though, right? Fontecchio, that's the one.
He's in Miami.
He'd be double teamed at half court. His
ass gonna be out soon.
Nah, Fontecchio, alright though. Like he's just the type of he just the type of guy that, I mean, you see what Duncan Robinson just did over there. Like Fontecchio, and I'm not saying he's the shooter of Duncan Robinson, but just having that movement shooter over there, and he's a little better off the dribble too. Fontecchio ain't just
Duncan had a superpower that Fontecchio don't have.
Yeah, but Fontecchio got a superpower. Well, I wouldn't say superpower, but he got attributes that Duncan don't got either. Dude, Buddy just scored 39. Fontecchio, and he was getting busy for the Pistons too a couple years ago. Was getting busy for him.
I think he's shooting like 40% from 3 in the tournament. He's averaging like 19 points.
Fontecchio, all right for real.
All right, you're going to see Fontecchio back over there in Istanbul. He's going to be playing for Abdullah's Efes in a minute.
He might be. I'm not saying Buddy for to come out and be an all-star, but I'm saying that's a solid pickup for them though.
I saw something. I saw something today, and I thought it was interesting too. There's a couple of guys. I think I sent it to you. There's a couple of guys who haven't been signed yet, and there's some people that's making an uproar about it. Russ hasn't been signed. Let's see. Cam Thomas hasn't been signed.
Cam Thomas a free agent? I thought he was waiting on an extension.
He's a restricted free agent. He has not been signed yet. He hasn't. He a restricted free agent. Josh Giddey, a restricted free agent. The kid that's with the Golden State Warriors,
Jonathan Kuminga.
He a restricted free agent. Also, Ben Simmons hasn't been signed. I feel like I'm leaving somebody out too. There's one other guy that hasn't been signed.
What do they all have in common?
What about Trey Lyles? Did Trey Lyles get signed yet, you?
I haven't heard anything about him. Nope.
Man, we need.
Hell no, he gonna be in Istanbul too.
He gonna be the best player that ever touched the Istanbul soil too.
Maccabi Tel Aviv needs a star.
I'm about to jump into these crunch time chats. Salute to everybody that sent through super chats. Salute to everybody that's watching the video on Twitter or on YouTube or on Facebook. We are now streaming to Facebook. Y'all all make sure you follow us across all platforms. Make sure you like in the video and make sure ultimately you come over and subscribe to YouTube. Also,
where we at on Facebook? Player's Choice?
I believe so. It's Player's
Damn,
Choice in
you
some
don't
way,
even
shape, or form. Or Instagram or Player's Choice Show. Or so on Facebook, we got to be just Player's Choice. But shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook. Also, once again, we're on Luka Doncic watch. Slovenia is up 41-35. Luka has came and scored a quick 4 points in the third quarter. He's up to 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and he still has 3 fouls. So I'll keep you updated on that as we go. But as of right now, Grande Jones sent through the first members chat. He said it seems like everybody is killing over at Eurobasket. How good is the competition really?
I think everybody killing off the strength of, they playing to their strengths. I think that's the difference. I mean, can't we say the same thing about how many dudes are killing in the NBA? There's plenty of dudes killing in the NBA. It's not like 1 or 2 dudes are killing in the NBA. There's plenty of dudes killing in the NBA. I got people telling me that, yo, Quinn Grimes hasn't been signed because Quinn Grimes had that stretch with Philly where everybody's like, yo, Quinn Grimes should be starting. Okay, well, I just think that guys like Cam Thomas and Quentin Grimes, I think the difference is like bucket getters in the NBA are a dime a dozen. Like, what else do you do besides that? Like if you don't do anything else, it's hard to distinguish you from other guys.
Yeah, this is not to disparage at all the international game, but I actually came across a really funny stat, and I want to share it with you. Actually, Chill. Obviously, we all know that the number 1 country in terms of producing NBA players is the United States, with 4,492 NBA players coming from America. Can you guess the number 2 country?
The number 2 country,
Spain.
No.
Australia or Serbia?
Nope.
France.
I was going to say Croatia.
It's Canada.
It's
Canada.
Oh,
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I said America's produced
the second US,
4,492.
Yeah, don't count Canada.
How many is Canada?
Not Canada. The next
Okay,
one.
move on to Canada, France.
Yeah.
France is
Canada is almost ours.
Okay, so France has produced how many players in history?
How many did Canada have? You said
Probably like 500 something.
52.
Canada has 52 total.
Yeah.
Oh, so like
Canada has 52 total. No way, France has produced less than 52 NBA players.
They produced 50.
Like you talking about all time, man?
Yes.
No way.
That's it. Damn, I thought Canada would have more than that.
They didn't bring 50 players in the league right now.
Like 40?
No. He said France has 50. He says France has 50.
France has 50 all time.
Oh,
So,
and how many Canada have?
That's including the current
52.
players?
Yeah.
52 and 50. Damn. Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Shit. I thought Canada was putting on.
And I mean, like Spain has 17. Argentina has 16. So again,
Australia got less than 16.
No, I said Argentina.
No, I know, but I figured you're going.
Australia's got 29.
Oh, okay.
So, but
maybe the league isn't as international as we think it is.
Correct. And that was the point that I was getting to. 90 to 95% of the league, for the most part of our lives, has been American. We focus on Luka because he's Slovenian.
Facts,
name the 3rd best Slovenian player in the NBA.
Zoran Dragic. Respect
Zoran Dragic.
Zoran.
No, he's talking about today.
That's funny. You went
Shout
for
out
his
Lil
brother.
Z.
Yeah. So I mean, most of these countries, they really when you pit them all against each other in a tournament like this, it really does matter. Like the 8th guy is just not very good. There just aren't a lot of countries that can field a competitive roster of 8 players that are good. Like, I mean,
really they're good for them, Pin. I think they're still good basketball players.
But that's to the point of the last super chat, which is how good is the competition really? The question is really like not even about how good the competition is. Like the competition is the competition because the competition is going up against itself. So it's like, the stars are realigned. So Lauri is a 30-point per game scorer. Luka is a 32, 33-point per game scorer over there, even with weaker competition. Jokic can roll out of bed, barely lace up his shoes and still get 10 and go home and they win by 30. So I don't think you're going to find out who these teams are, who these players are until we get to knockout stage, because that's when the stakes are ramped up, right?
I mean,
it's single game elimination.
About this too. Even in the EuroLeague, it's a lot of former NBA players that's in the EuroLeague, like that's on every goddamn team now. Like every team in the EuroLeague got former NBA players. Like so and they be American.
Why are they former though?
I mean,
because the Euro game and the NBA game are different. It's not because they can't play.
I mean, it's
a different game.
that too, and it's just opportunity. Like everybody's not patient. Like you got to understand this too. There's a money factor in that too. Nobody wants to sit around waiting on their next contract. Oh, when am I gonna get this deal? Like sometimes you just want to go get your bread while you're young. Like if you 24, 25, and you've been sitting on the bench for 3-4 years in the NBA and you bouncing around from team to team, and you're on this deal. And the EuroLeague saying I'm gonna give you $2 million to come play, you almost a fool to not go. You almost a fool unless you just can patiently wait on an opportunity that's not guaranteed.
I think it's basically like the way I would look at a European contract. If you're an American player, go over, play for 1 year, right, and then come back with money to chase your dream. Go G League.
Sometimes it works like that. Sometimes it don't.
Yeah, it all depends on the person. Sometimes guys really want to just be the stars of their team.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You got to factor in just the psychology. Sometimes I don't want to sit on the bench. I want to get paid, but I want to play. I want to get busy. And then when you go over to these countries, when you go over to Greece, when you go over to Istanbul, when you go over to Serbia, and the whole country's loving you, the city's treating you like the man. You're getting put up on billboards. You getting all type of favors. Jordan,
I know, but
life is just you appreciate and love that life. Like all these guys were at once upon a time, more than likely they went to college and it was the man on campus. It's nothing that can rival that feeling. It feeds your ego, it feeds everything.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, also like I know this from firsthand experience. Like my best friend played 4 years in the NBA, right? He didn't leave the NBA because he had to. He left the NBA because he just didn't want to wait. Like he was like, bro, I'm young. I'm not finna waste my years sitting on the bench not playing. Like, bro, you only play basketball. Basketball isn't a forever job. You only play for a little bit. So what he did was he left. He had a contract offer to go back to the Clippers. He left. He like, bro, I'm not finna do this, bro. I did this shit for 3-4 years. It's time for me to move on and actually play. He wanted to just go play for a lot less in Russia at first. So Korea, well, at first it was Korea, then it was Russia. But you just want to play. Like at the end of the day, you a hooper. Like I was having this conversation with a kid at the gym. The people who say I want to go to the NBA so I can buy me a house, I can buy me a car, so I can be rich, probably not gonna make it because you can do all of that stuff other ways. Like you can do all that stuff other ways. You take Kobe Bryant for an example, right? He just wanted to be the greatest at basketball. You can't do that no other way but working at basketball. That's the only way you can do that. So people that want to do things for the money, eventually if it gets too hard, you're going to cop out because you can always go get money another way, this way, that way. There's so many avenues to get to where you're trying to get to. But if you want to be the best at what you want to do, ain't no other way to do it but put it in the work at. So that's what real hoopers do.
My question, Ron, is because I was listening to you talking about the international players. So, like Luka, Giannis, Joker, like who are some of the better international players in the game? Like this kid Tomani from Portland, like an all-league defender from Germany, right? Then are we taking these guys like Luka and Giannis? Are we trying to make them the majority? Right, Franz. Yeah. Are we trying to make those guys the majority when in reality it's only like 1 or 2 of these dudes running around?
Yeah.
When in reality, it's like 8 or 9 other Americans that are way better than
way more than that.
Third best.
Way more than that.
I'm just throwing a number out.
Pim made a good point. It seems like the international players are taking over the game just because it's so top heavy. You got Jokic, you got Giannis, you got Shea, you got Luka. It's very top. Even Embiid, if you will, it's so top heavy. Wemby, but here's the thing that I don't think we realize. Right. The world is humongous. You see Yang just got drafted. Is Yang Hansen? Yeah. You see Yang just got drafted. He is one of a billion people in China, and obviously I'm exaggerating it, but he's one of a huge country, one of the most populated continents in the world. I'm saying that to say it's always going to be an outlier everywhere. We are going and finding the world's outliers from literally hundreds of millions of people. So it's like we had to go all the way over there to find the best player in Greece, and we brought him over here. And yes, he happened to be one of the best players in the world, but he's just such an extraordinary talent. But he's one of millions. So it seems like it because we went and got all of these guys and brought them into the league that it's just a bunch of them. When in reality, it's not. It's just there's outliers everywhere.
Got it. All right, I got you.
I mean, yeah, the outliers. I mean, the outliers are special too. We got to think about that. Like those guys.
That's what I was thinking
special.
about, Drinchy. Because again, we talk about Luka. Luka is a top 5 player in the world. We talk about Giannis. Giannis is arguably the best player in the world. Joker is the best player in the world. So because the international players, these small group of players have ultimately taken over the NBA, the idea is now okay, the international player is taking over the NBA. When in reality, it's really only like 1 or 2 of these dudes. They just so happen to be the best player in the game. It's not like it's 30 or 40 of them that's running the league. That's just not true.
More are coming though.
Penn, what team has the most European players? Do you know?
Team that's got the most European players.
That's a good
Chad,
question.
if anybody could find the answer to that, I'm curious to know what roster has the most. I would assume maybe 4 max, maybe 5.
The most European players. So Orlando's got France.
And
his brother. They had his brother too.
Is it
and they got Goga.
But they're not European players really. They went to Michigan.
That's
like,
kind of true.
you can't
It
really
should be
say-
Portland.
You can't really say that European
Stop it,
players.
Dritchy, stop it.
They went
France,
to
But they
from
came
Germany.
from Germany though.
Yeah,
Like
he
they
from
grew up
Germany.
in Germany. It's not like
I
they grew
guess
up
so.
in Michigan.
Yeah,
And
I
they went
guess
to,
so, but
I just so happened to go to college at Michigan, but
because
the dude's
that's
just German. no
yeah,
doubt.
that's like us saying like Brandon Jennings or like LaMelo Ball, for instance, is Australian now because he went to Australia and played.
No,
that's
yeah.
what they had him as when coming out of the draft.
That
No, that's where he played, not that he.
That's
was
what they had him
Australian.
as coming out of the draft.
No, they knew he was an American. He just played in
New
Australia.
Zealand. No, not New Zealand. What's his team name?
yeah,
That
it
was
was
they played for
the
Australia?
Beakers.
The Hawks,
like
the
that.
LOR Hawks.
Oh, who played for the Beak? Oh, that was RJ Hampton, but it was somebody else that played for them too.
RJ Hampton might have too.
No, he did. He played for the New Zealand, I think, Beakers, something like
Breakers. It might be
that. Breakers. Yeah, it might be Breakers.
Beakers.
Yeah.
Beakers.
It's Beakers.
You're funny.
Shout
I
out
thought
to
it was
Beakers.
Breakers. Shit.
Shout
The way
out to
he shoot
science
the ball,
class,
shit. I
bro.
thought it was Breakers.
Right.
He shoot it better now,
That's
though.
crazy.
See, somebody said it was Breakers.
It is
I know.
Breakers.
Yeah,
I said Beakers is crazy. I was thinking it
Oh,
was
okay. I
science
was
class.
about to say, I know it was Breakers.
It is the New Zealand.
Shout out to Beakers. Big Show sent through another super chat and said if Harden was listed as a PG, where would he fall in the all-time PGs list?
Shit, top 5. Bruh, I don't think
Top
people
5.
understand. I don't think people understand the run that Harden had at PG was freaking amazing.
Time to run a poll.
Like freaking amazing. Mind you, he's scoring 30 a game while he doing that too.
Chill. Stockton or Harden? Point guard.
I knew this was
John
coming.
Stockton.
Thank you. Okay. I think you got your answer. Jerry Wester.
Chill.
Jerry West?
Okay, chill. James Harden.
I'm using, in the words of Drinchy,
Yeah, use your eyes.
using my eyes.
Right.
John Stockton.
So we use our eyes,
Steve
right?
Steve Nash or James Harden?
Steve
James
Nash.
Harden. No. James Harden.
Okay.
Hold on,
Jason Kidd
hold on.
or
We're not gonna
Jason
do
Kidd or James Harden?
this. Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd.
I go Jason
Okay,
Kidd.
you not cracking the top 5 because
Jason
you're not
Kidd is in the top
not
five,
beating
though.
Jason
Jason Kidd is in the top 5.
that
John
doesn't matter
Stockton
if you
in
can't beat
top
Jason
5.
Kidd and you can't beat Steve Nash and you can't beat
Who
John
can't
Stockton.
beat? No, hold on. Chill said that. He can beat Steve Nash.
Yeah,
First of all,
I got Harden over Steve Nash.
Yeah, let's
we
do
doing
this.
that.
Mike D'Antoni turned Steve Nash up. He
Okay.
put Steve Nash had them little bitty batteries, you know, them little AAA batteries.
Mhm.
Fuck came with them big ass Duracells for James Harden.
The D's,
The
the size D
boy-
batteries.
I'm talking about James went from not only that measly ass 14 bullshit ass 14 a game that Steve Nash had. James went from 22, 25 to 30, 36
Yep.
with 11 assists, 9 assists. I think one year he led the league in assists. I think he averaged 28 and 11, leading the league in assists.
Yeah, he did.
Correct. Mhm.
Imagine if he had Amari Stoudemire instead of Clint Capella.
He wouldn't be averaging 30. He wouldn't be averaging 36. He wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
No, he would not be. If he had,
I know they wouldn't have lost to the Warriors.
Or if he had Sean Marion instead of Trevor Ariza.
He had Rockdale Bell, Amari Stoudemire, Jim Jackson was on that team too, I think. Joe Johnson was on there at one point. Come on now.
Man, Steve Nash had straight
Boris Diaw, Leandro Barbosa.
He squads in Phoenix.
Leandro Barbosa.
He played with Kevin Durant. He played with Russell Westbrook. He played with
You
Chris
talking about
Paul.
young? You talking about
He played
young?
with
You talking
Russell
about young
Westbrook
James
again. He played with Joel Embiid. He played with Kevin Durant again. He played with Kyrie Irving. And y'all talking about
First
Sean
of all,
Marion
he-
and
no, no,
Amari
I'm talking about-
Stoudemire.
Don't leave out
Lord
Kawhi
help me.
Leonard and Paul George. Don't leave
Kawhi
out
and Paul
Bradley
George.
Beal.
games together. Kyrie Irving.
Might as well put
Kevin
Chris
Durant.
Paul in there too. Again.
I thought we was talking
Yeah,
about. I thought we
we
was talking about Houston. I thought we
Houston.
was talking about Houston. Are we not talking about just Houston?
I want to
Yeah,
say
we
Drenchy. I
talking
want to
about
say
this. Everybody
I
want
wanna-
to be nasty with James Harden, but at the end of the day, if he was a point guard, you can't tell me what is he lacking. He can
wanna
score
say-
and he can pass with the best of them, no matter who
Defense.
on his team.
Defense.
well, Steve
and
Nash
more
wasn't a
defense.
defender. So Steve Nash wasn't a defender like that.
Yeah,
either,
yeah.
but- yeah, Steve Nash wasn't a defender like that. But who do I want to have the ball in their hands? I know that we live in a day where the point guard got to score. I do know that we live in that day, Drenchy. I'm not going to argue that point, right? But who do I trust with the basketball to make the correct decision to be the better lead guard? Because that's what we're talking about here. We ain't talking about a dude just getting buckets. Because I know that's what we
James
live at
just
today.
don't just get
And
buckets.
And I know that the point guard got it. I know that the point guard, we need buckets from you. All right, I get that point. But who do I trust with the basketball in their hands the least or the most? I can tell you who I trust the least. I trust Russ the least. I trust James Harden least. I trust Steve Nash more. I trust John Stockton more.
Understandable.
I trust Jason Kidd
We
more.
putting James
the
Harden in Russell Westbrook conversations. He's
that's-
nowhere
that-
near that volatile.
So
See that game 7, Pin?
Hey, that boy, don't
No,
act
he-
like James Harden don't
He
be turning the ball
melted.
over.
He's not volatile. He
Talking about he be
disappeared.
flipping that ball over like hotcakes. But I
hey,
mean,
Ron,
with
is
that
that
being
the,
said,
hey, Ron,
though,
is that the really quickly, Ron? Is that the dude that, in the words of Jalen Rose, he with us? Is that him?
James
you say
Harden
about
ain't
James?
with he not with us. I wouldn't say that, but he.
Okay, that's why I make sure.
It can be though. We could convince him to come on over here though.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, chill. Out of all the years James was in Houston, right?
Yeah.
He had, I wouldn't say the other teams were trash. They wasn't trash, but he may have had one very talented team, the one with Chris Paul. And they gave up on the one with Russell Westbrook too early.
Rightfully
the
so.
one-
That's
The one with Chris Paul, where
That's when y'all went to the West Finals that year in 18.
and took the Warriors to a game 7, and Chris Paul missed game 6 and 7.
Russ was going crazy, yo.
Yeah, he was. That's why I said they gave up on it too early. That's what I said.
That shit was
They gave up
terrible.
on it too
Man.
early.
That shit was terrible.
No,
you
that
run
was
to that
one-
one
of those
game.
You thought it was
years.
bad,
Can't
Ox?
rely.
No, I
hated
don't
that.
want
I
that
hated
one game. That
It
one
wasn't
game.
just one
where they
game,
shot,
Ron.
which
It wasn't
was
just
the-
one game.
Hey, that might have been the worst game in NBA history.
It was consistent.
Yeah, that's
I'll
what
be
I
it.
Consistent.
Russ had one of his most efficient years playing with the Rockets. Like once they got it together, they started off slow. Once they got it together, they was rolling, and then they got hurt. Like Daniel House got hurt. Russell Westbrook got hurt when they started to get it together. Like they was building on something, and then obviously the pandemic happened and injuries happened. But they just gave up on that way too fast. Like way too fast. There's
I
no
like
way you
Russ at
thought
the
you could
5.
put a team together in 6 months, and you think y'all gonna win a championship.
It was cool, yo. Russell Westbrook at the 5 was awesome.
I mean, you can say he was at the 5. I mean, that was the start of that positionless bullshit. But
We seen PJ at the 5 though.
Yeah,
Pin,
but
was you feeling PJ at the 5, Pin? Was you
yeah,
feeling PJ at the 5?
was.
You right,
Bron
Ox. That shit was
abusing
horrible.
PJ
Never
ass.
mind.
I
Ox
told
is
you,
right.
Ron.
That shit was garbage.
Hey, when I seen PJ at the 5 and I seen Bron said, "Fuck that, I ain't playing point guard. I'm gonna just take my ass."
Well, yeah,
down low."
Robert
Bro, I'll
Covington
say
in
this
there.
some bullshit.
Give you a little bit of size.
I just
Right.
think
That
it's
was
interesting when we
ridiculous.
have
Man, they
super
had
chats
Robert
like that.
Covington.
Well, it's
the
all
reason why I
about
think it's
rhythm,
interesting-
right? It's about disrupting rhythm. Sorry,
They
Joe,
ain't
go ahead.
disrupt shit for Bron. That
Hell
series,
no.
Bron
Hell
went
no.
straight to
No,
the
I
basket,
just-
PJ ass.
I
Damn
just
on
think
that
it's
disrupting
interesting,
rhythm
man,
shit.
because we live in such a space of me and getting buckets, and there's this James Harden fan base that whenever you talk about James Harden, I feel like James Harden is put in space where should he be in this space? Like James Harden is a top 5 point guard all time. Like should we be really having a conversation about James Harden being a top 5 point guard all time? Don't get me wrong. I think James Harden. I think you
I
can make
mean,
an
he
argument.
played
that-
it, yeah.
I think you can make the argument James Harden, in terms of bucket getters. I don't know if I can definitively name 10 bucket getters better than James.
You don't know if
Harden.
you can
I
name
don't know if I
10
do that.
passes better than him too, though.
Like in terms of James Harden as a passer, I don't know. I think I can do that.
But that's not a skills
I
challenge.
don't know,
Jordan.
chill.
But, look,
I think
James
he's
Harden's
amazing
skills
coming off that
challenge.
pick and roll, bro.
James Harden All-Star Weekend, greatest.
Mhm.
Okay, now we can talk top 5 point guard. Okay,
Mhm.
Skills challenge, 3-point shooting. He got it, right?
Yeah.
But when we're talking about like career, I put Chris Paul above him 100%.
That's
I'm
fine.
not even trying to be nasty about it. Chris Paul, I put him 100%. That's just winning. That's longevity. That's defense. That's two-way impact.
That's impact.
That's
I got a little
analytics.
impact as
That's
well, but
efficiency. all of
James
it.
never missed the playoffs, though, Penn. Like, you can't say
Never.
winning. James never missed the playoffs.
He been missing in the playoffs. Does that count?
He Chris Paul too.
I wouldn't consider Chris Paul a playoff dropper. I say he
Chris
gets
Paul-
injured at
He
unfortunate
showed
times.
up to the party, but we couldn't find him. Find out he was a
Look,
wallflower
Penn,
over there in the
there's two
corner
things
somewhere.
guaranteed with Chris Paul. Number one,
Chris Paul, the
he
dude
gonna get
outside
hurt
throwing
in the
up.
playoffs. Number two,
Yeah, at least he was inside partying first.
okay, cool. Number one, he gonna get hurt. Number two, he gonna turn the fucking ball over when the game on the line. That's been his fucking MO since he came into the NBA. The game is on the line. CP turning that bitch over.
Okay, they're both on your team. You're drawing up a play for the final game. You got to set you got to run an action where they're delivering the pass for the game winner. Who you trusting?
Clint Capella.
Shit.
Obviously Chris Paul.
Okay,
but at the
you
same
answer your own
time-
question.
No, it's not.
He was
Because
better earlier. He's been better longer.
Y'all going with Chris
If
Paul?
you
I
ask-
don't think. Okay, here's the thing. Y'all don't realize
Obviously,
how
it's Chris
good New
Paul.
Orleans Chris Paul was, because I don't think
No,
a
he
lot of
was
people were
What
watching
about
New
when
Orleans
James
Chris
Harden
Paul.
was taking Carlos
People,
Delfino.
look,
Carlos
I was talking to a
Delfino
dude.
and Francisco Garcia to the playoffs. What we doing?
I got you. But
Hey,
I'm
before
saying
you get to your story about you talking about your dude and what he had to say and all of that, and what he picked up off the ground, what I want to know is,
oh my
what I
God.
want to know is, are you guys
Take a nap,
legitimately
Ron.
putting
Take
the
a nap.
ball 10 seconds left in the game? You guys are giving the ball to Chris Paul over James Harden?
hell yes.
No,
I
yeah.
probably would.
I'm giving it to
James
Harden, bro.
James don't be that good with 10 seconds left. But I will say Chris Paul is a better leader. Like, yeah, leadership matters, but bro, don't forget the impact James Harden has. Like, that's why James Harden's not really a point guard, though. Chris Paul, you can get the ball in his hand in
I
10
just trust
seconds
him
left.
with the ball.
Chris
he gonna
out
make
here
the play.
developing MVPs, yo.
Yo,
Developing them. He making players better.
for the whole game.
I mean,
For the first 47 minutes and 30 seconds of the game, I want Chris Paul with the ball. But that last little bit, James got it. I'm fine with James Harden getting it because for me, I don't look at what y'all was just saying about the whole turnover prone thing. That's Russell Westbrook. With James Harden, I'm fine with it because I'm like, James is gonna get a bucket, get to the free throw line, throw a little line. I want James personally. Well, and if not, then that means I don't ever want him with the ball.
Ox. See, you got this shit backwards.
It's either then or never. It's either then or never.
No, Ox, you got this shit backwards. You want James with the ball for 47 minutes.
No, hell
No,
Last
yeah, you
minute
do.
of the
You
game.
want him for 47
I
minutes.
want Chris
He might
Paul
get
with
you
the ball.
47. Yeah, his
You
ass
wanna
might get
lose.
you 47. That last minute, that motherfucker gonna be thinking about some strip club shit, boy. That shit.
Hey,
shit
look,
go-
all I was trying to do was try to find a way to show James Harden some love, and when can I give him the ball? Because other than that, I'm taking James Harden. I'm taking Chris Paul 100%.
I'll tell you something about.
At the point guard,
I'll
at the
tell
point
you
guard.
Not that
something.
last
I'll
minute
tell
of
you
the
something
game.
about Chris
Hell
Paul. I'll tell you
no.
something about Chris Paul.
Hey, I've been
So-
in Houston crying too much, boy. I've been in Houston crying too much, boy. Hell, 47 minutes. That motherfucker might give you 40, 10, and 13.
We talking about peak. These dudes in their peak, right?
Two
I'm
quick.
talking about the peak. Yeah, I tell the truth no matter what. That motherfucker will give you 40, 13, 10. Give him the ball with a minute left. Shit.
Jordan, my thing is
Shit.
the space you guys have put James Harden in. I'm not even gonna say you guys. The space James Harden has put himself in. One of the best isolation scorers ever. One of the best
Yeah, that's for
individual
sure.
scoring seasons. All
For
of
sure.
that.
Just not in the last
Hey,
right
minute.
here.
chill.
That's what I'm talking about. This
Chill.
right here.
When it's the crunch time, I'm giving the ball to my best scorer. Like it or not. I don't care how you guys feel about it. You guys may want to give the ball to your best decision maker. In the crunch, I'm giving the ball to my best scorer, who I know can get me a bucket.
Ron, that's not what happened Game 5 against the Warriors when the Rockets was whooping the Warriors' ass. Chris Paul closed the game for the Rockets, bro. Like James did the heavy lifting. Chris Paul said, "Shit, I gotta close this bitch." You done had a history of not closing the game against these guys.
Did he close?
Jordan, that's PTSD talking. Jordan, that's PTSD talking, bro. You're remembering that because that hits you. But there's been plenty of times where peak James Harden has hit step back, bam. You know what I'm saying? What? Bro,
I ain't been plenty of times. It's been sometimes.
James Harden becoming
They
weird.
got the
James Harden wasn't getting busy in the last minute of games, Jordan.
God, tripping,
for his whole Houston stint. He wasn't getting busy in the last minute of games.
Bro.
I mean, yeah, some games, but I'm saying a lot of games, hell no.
I hate to interrupt this intense yap session with a little bit of context, but to borrow a bar from Ron, let me tell you something. Both of these guys shoot 52% effective field goal percentage, right, on the season. But one of them goes down to 50% in the playoffs on his career. One of them goes up to 53% in the playoffs.
53, I'm not tripping on
that's big. Across 100 possessions, yo, that's huge. Across
possessions.
Across 2 decades, you know
which
how many
could
more
cost us the game, Ops. Those 3 possessions,
y'all
got to be shitting.
Hey,
you just talked about the meat and potatoes of the game, Ops. We talking about
most players.
Y'all got to be shitting.
Hold on. Most players drop in the playoffs. We just talked about it with Larry Bird. We said he's shooting 37%, but he go down 32% in the playoffs. It's supposed to happen. So when you encounter a player who is more efficient in the playoffs, what you telling me is you're clutch. Okay, that's the definition of clutch.
Because he be in the playoffs a lot. That's why.
No, I'm talking about turnovers in the game. Not for the. I'm talking about in the game. That motherfucker had like 11 or 12 turnovers. I think we played the Spurs. He had like 11 or 12 turnovers, bro.
That's what Manu was taking the ball from me.
Bro, yes, bro. It was one game.
Yes, sir.
Bro, it was one game. Mike Dan asked Mike Dan, told him, it was like, is James sick or something? He like, nah, he look fine to me. I don't know. Like James was fucking.
Hey, you know what Mike Dan told him really wanted to say right
Chris
there?
Paul averaging 20 points per game in the playoffs. Harden averaging 22. What are y'all talking about?
Say that again.
Chris Paul averaging 20 points per game in the playoffs. Harden averaging 22. What are we talking about?
Harden averages over his career?
Yes.
He been in the playoffs a lot. He been in the playoffs 13 fucking years.
What you saying? What you saying up to say what? You saying up to say what?
I'm saying y'all acting like one guy averaging 30, the other guy averaging 12.
If we go to their peaks, Pin, so you're being that. I know what you like to do. If we go to Chris Paul's peak years and we go to James Harden's Houston years, and we're not counting anything outside of that, I'm assuming
I can read it for you real quick, Ron. 26, 26.8, 27, 26.6, 28, 28.6. 31.6, 29.6, and then he went to Philly and we went to Brooklyn. That shit went down here. He averaged 20. So basically, for 8 straight years, this man was above 25 a game.
How many of those years has James Harden been the best player on his team? Hold on, go ahead. How many players is how many years in his career has James Harden been the best player on his team? Go count him out. Why you
guys are counting that out? Why you counting that out?
How many years is Chris Paul?
Right quick, Pin. While you guys are counting that out, I gotta let everybody know about the Raycon Everyday Earbud Classics because they are packed with upgrades, active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity, so you can pair with multiple devices at once, and they're just super comfortable all together. They got an ergonomic fit that stays put when you're working out. I was just getting it in last night. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that. If you follow me on Twitter, you see that. And guess what I was working out with? The Raycons, because they don't fall out of my ears when I'm shaking somebody out of their boots or when I'm working on this step back midi pull-up. And the thing about it is, obviously this is a sponsored ad with Raycon. And I know that you guys have been having a good time this summer, but it's time to transition into the fall, and it's no way to move to autumn in a cooler way than with the Raycon Everyday Earbuds. They're must-haves for getting into any routine and just making everything feel smoother. So once again, I use this product. I choose this product. Mars uses this product. Pin uses this product, and so does Chill, and you should too. The link is in the description box, or you could go to buyraycon.com/PCS to get 20% off. That's code PCS at buyraycon.com/PCS to get 20% off statewide today. Go grab your Raycons right now. Boom, boom, bang.
I suggest y'all get these rose gold ones because that way, if you misplace them, they're easy to find.
Oh, Chill, you got the blue?
Oh, I got the light blue. I got to go get mine. I just had them on too.
Hey, see, Chill knew what he was doing.
Hey, how you get that little holder thing?
See? You didn't look in the box. You didn't look in the box.
It was in the box.
Hey, I got mine fresh out the box.
Yeah,
that's crazy because I'm a box expert.
Yeah.
Hold on, be right back. Gotta go get my Raycons.
Yeah, It was in the
hey,
box.
Chill, you know, I wrote that for Ron, right?
You did not write that.
No, not that. I'm talking about the interrupting this intense yap session.
Ron, he might need to hold something for that. Some residuals for that, Ron. We might need to hold something for that. So, because if I wrote some of your rhymes, yes, definitely need 5% on that publishing.
Yeah, for sure. I got you, Ox. I'm gonna invest that in some stocks, and I'm gonna get it back to you. And your 5% may just grow to 12.5.
I definitely need 5% on that publishing. No doubt. I ain't going no lower than 5. I'd actually like 15%, considering that you did write some of it. But yeah, no doubt. I just think that the James Harden conversation gets real tricky, man, because there's such highs with James Harden, but there are also such lows with him too, Ron, where he's been so awesome, but then he's done things where you like, yo, this is no way. If you've never watched basketball before and you saw this dude and you saw him, whether it's in a game 5 or a game 7, there's no way you're watching this dude going, this dude is the best player or he is the best lead guard or something like to that level in the game. There's no way. Dritchy just brought it up with him. I want to say game 5 in 2015 when they played against the Warriors.
Yeah.
Ron, he had 12 turnovers in that game. 12.
Those are so
that's
low.
The record.
In addition to,
did you see those turnovers? He would look fucking drunk on them turnovers.
No,
he was just driving and he just lose the ball and say, "Fuck it, I ain't even gonna try."
Jordan, that's my issue with James Harden. That's why people will always be like, "You're a James Harden hater," and I'm really not. I used to be James Harden for president. Like I was a big fan of James Harden.
Is he a California dude?
Yeah, I'm Artesia. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I've always supported James Harden. But then it was just like times like that, the lows. I mean, the lows are so low. Like the lows are
just awful.
Low.
Hey, chill. But the thing is, see, look, this is the point I made when I said with the LeBron quit shit. Because we watched James Harden have a 27 a game series against the Warriors, and they still clown James to this day about that shit. And I be defending him like, do you know he averaged fucking 29 a game against the Warriors, 32 against the Warriors? But Bron go 22-7-7, and motherfuckers start talking about, I mean, it's 22-7-7. That's good. That's good. Let James Harden do that shit. Do you know the jury would be out at Stephen A. Smith office early in the morning? They would have sent them letters saying, you have gotten served, James. We talking shit about you today. But when it's Bron and it's 22-7-7, all of a sudden now you motherfuckers got sense. Oh, that's good. 22-7 ain't bad. 7-7 ain't bad. Motherfucker James been giving the Warriors 32 the whole time. Chill, what we doing?
But
what
Jordan,
we doing, Chill?
But Jordan, it's
them
different
super
when
teams
on the other side of the court, he's doing ole, you know what I'm saying, matador defense. He's just swiping at the ball.
Yeah, Jordan, that's nasty. You do it. I get the point you're making. I get the point you're making. No, I get Jordan.
LeBron had 0 points and no fucking rebounds.
What you mean?
I think it was the third quarter. It might have been the second quarter. I think that was Lowe who put it up. LeBron had 0 fucking points. He was like 0 for 5 or 0 for 6 and no fucking rebounds. What the hell was he doing?
You could talk about that 2011 because I just seen that clip and reposted it about those fourth quarters that he had against Dallas.
Woo! Dirk was going crazy.
What he do in the fourth quarters?
Not a goddamn thing. He was looking like Ben Simmons against the Hawks.
So, and then what did they say? What did they say against when Ben Simmons did that? Oh, he don't want to play basketball.
He ain't been the same since. They was talking about that man like a dog.
But I'm just saying though, if James was putting up them numbers, because when he did that bullshit when Manu Ginobili blocked his shot and took the shit from him, James might have averaged fucking 27 in that series. I don't know, but let him do it. That's all I'm saying. Chill. Do you see the double standard now? I've been in Houston. Motherfuckers, James Harden played bad, chill, and they had motherfuckers in Houston wearing nothing but Warriors jerseys. I was pissed the fuck off.
The reason why is because to Ox's point, when we just got finished talking about this, when you had stepped away, the lows are just so bad.
I agree.
For the 43-point game that I'll get from him, I'll get a 2-for-11. Yeah. I'll get a 2-for-11 with 10 points and 7 turnovers. I'll get something like that. You know,
he'll give you 7 assists and 7 rebounds.
Yeah,
what good is your 7 assists if you give you 7 turnovers? That's not good ratio.
It's not. Right, it's not for the
how many turnovers LeBron averages?
For the 45 that I give you.
Don't even compare these two players, man. Don't go there. Please do not compare LeBron.
For the 45 that he'll give you, for the 42 he'll give you, then he'll turn around and go, I don't know, 4-for-11 with 9 points and 5 turnovers in an elimination game. That's what it is with James Harden. That's why the lows are so low with him, where we forget. I mean, I'm not forgetting how awesome he is in game 1, game 2. Last season is a prime example of that. Drenchy, we up here talking about the Clippers and the Denver Nuggets.
I said he was going to do that. Y'all said that wasn't going to happen.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like,
I said shit.
We ain't talking about James Harden being awesome.
You're right.
We're talking about when is the game coming? Because we know it's coming.
I said that. I said it was going to come. I said James Harden going to wake up one day and he going to show y'all who James Harden is. But at the same time, chill, like me and my homeboy go back to this. He hate James Harden. I don't know if he hate James Harden because I like him, but you know how your homeboy always go against you sometimes. So he hate James Harden. So I asked him, like, what's your deal with James? And he like, my thing is with James, he do all that shit in the regular season. He get 30s. He do all that shit in the regular season. Then the playoff come, and now he got 27 or he got 30 when he should have been getting 40. And I said, okay, 07. Bron averaged how much for the fucking season?
Please
48?
do not bring up finals because the only time James Harden's been in the finals, he shit the bed.
Just to get into the finals, and you go to 22. And I said, if that was James, what would it be?
What was it?
You're right. There you go.
But here's the difference that we've seen more of James. We've seen more of James doing it here than Harden. We've seen more of Harden doing it here than James doing it up here.
Chill. Is LeBron a better playoff player than regular season player?
Right now?
Yes, 100%.
Chill and pin.
Okay.
Why are you guys entertaining a James Harden versus LeBron James debate?
Oh, we're not. No.
Ain't
no debate about who better. Obviously.
No,
LeBron
but
James
even performing in the playoffs.
What Richie's trying to do?
Because sometimes it's okay to compare a Lambo to a Pinto. Okay, sometimes it's okay.
Because James Harden's not a Pinto.
That's nasty too.
He definitely ain't no Pinto. He at least a Camry.
I'm just saying. I'm not comparing really. I'm just letting y'all know how hypocritical y'all criticism is when it comes to King James, the guy who never broke.
It's not hypocritical. In the lows for James Harden are so worse. Like the James Harden lows are so much worse than LeBron James lows. It's so much worse.
I'm not saying that it's not.
So it's not hypocritical.
Because he doesn't have the highs to balance it out. Like you're talking about a player.
Bro, this man averaged 30 against the Warriors, and they bashed James Harden for not beating the fucking team that won 73 fucking games. Nobody beat that team, but James Harden got to beat that fucking team.
LeBron James beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
hold on, because you're gonna get me fired up. You're gonna get me fired up.
Okay, Jordan, but that wasn't his only year in the playoffs.
Get ready to rumble.
That's what the people here for.
Okay. We're not gonna say Bron beat that fucking team. Because Bron sat his scary ass in a fucking corner and said, here, Kyrie, in the game. I'm gonna go sit on the side. Here, Kyrie, do it for me. Hey, boy, I love Tasha Cobb. I
That is
love
so
gospel
nasty.
music. What that song?
Rod,
go?
I'm gonna be
Lord,
sick, Rod.
do
Rod,
it for
turn my
me.
camera off, Rod. I'm gonna be
That's what
sick,
that-
Rod.
Dang
This
it,
is
brother.
He said,
disgusting.
Kyrie, he
crazy.
said, Lord, do it for
This
me.
is gonna be. This
And
is
Kyrie took him
nasty.
home. That man
my
put his hands
goodness.
up and said, Kyrie, please, this shit gonna make my legacy so much better. They gonna try compare me to Michael Jordan if you make this shot for me. Please. I never seen a motherfucker that's supposed to be the king in all these commercials hand somebody the ball and go sit in the corner and say, do it for me.
You ever
Now
seen
wait a
LeBron?
second.
You
Now
ever
wait a
seen LeBron
second,
be a
brother,
third
because
option?
I too said that Kyrie Irving had played just as much of a role as LeBron
You
in
right.
that 3-1 comeback. But I never once said, and I do not subscribe to the thought that LeBron just sat there and watched Kyrie. That's
what
very
the fuck.
unfair,
Yes,
bro.
man.
That's
Mo,
very
how many
unfair.
times
He
have
was
you ever seen
40, what was it, Chill? 42, 16, and 11 or some crazy shit
into
like
the end of the motherfucking
You
game?
can't watch
many
nobody drop a 30-point triple
Big
double.
odds. Big odds. How
Come
many
on, bro.
times at the end of the game
That's not fair.
have
man.
you ever seen Kobe or Mike pass somebody the ball and say, I'm not talking about no driving kick. I'm not talking about driving kick where I created and you make the shot. No. I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's time on the clock. You pass, you let a motherfucker get the ball and you go sit in the corner while a motherfucker look at the clock and dance. And
They
rip your heart out.
never had Kyrie. They never had that player.
Oh,
No. That's a fact.
Motherfucker,
Hold
Kobe
on,
had
What
Jordan.
did LeBron average in those 3 games?
Because look.
Who gives a fuck?
Not,
Why would
no,
it-
what
He
do you
averaged
mean, who cares? What do
36,
you mean, who
12,
gives a-
and 10.
Bruh,
He was going ballistic, bro. He was
listen,
flopping.
if Kyrie would have never hit that shot, we talking about Bron different. And y'all know it. This man
Yeah, but
Kyrie
he
saved
did
his fucking legacy.
He did it,
Are
though.
y'all gonna sit here and tell me
I'm
that Kyrie
with
Irving
Jordan
not
on this
saved
one,
man
though.
fucking legacy?
Yeah,
I'm
but
with
he hit
Jordan
the
on
shot,
this
though, Ron.
one.
He hit the shot.
I'm
So what
so
does it matter?
surprised.
And on top of that, he hit the shot, and Brown was coming with triple doubles, bro. Come on, y'all be
Until
for
the
real.
end of the game.
Klay Thompson
He said,
Klay
"Fucking get you there."
did that. Klay Thompson did that funny shit in the post game conference. Klay Thompson did that laughing, and they was playing Draymond. They did that funny shit just like they did to Dirk in 2011. They did that funny shit, and Bron and Kyrie said, "Okay, got you." And what did Bron do? He came with 40-point triple doubles, bro. Be for real.
So basically, this
And
is what
not,
he said.
and not only that,
He
this is
said,
bullshit.
"I
What
can
Jordan
take
is
it, I
talking
can't
to you about.
finish." He
That's
said,
not
look,
true.
this is what he
That's
said.
not true at
Klay,
all.
Klay
That's what he
Thompson, the immortal Klay Thompson, with all due respect,
No.
got to being funny.
Hey, Alex, what did he do? I don't remember exactly. I don't remember exactly what he did.
He said some people got their feelings hurt. That's what he said.
Yeah. Now, and guess who feelings was hurt? LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. They morphed like the Power Rangers. And
Listen,
and on top of that,
Dritchy
Dritchy's so nasty with this when he talked about save us.
I'm nasty
Completely, you disgusting with this. What you completely leaving out is the fact that they couldn't score for like 3 minutes. James was the one who knocked down the shot. James was the one who knocked down the shot to get the rhythm going. On top of that, when Kyrie Irving hit that 3, just so you know, Dritchy, we got a 1-possession game. Game's not over, right? Then the Cavs get the ball back. In the process of the Cavs getting the ball back, James goes downhill, gets hit by Draymond Green. He goes to the stripe, ices the game.
The
Game's
man Kyrie gave him fucking confidence.
Ice the game. It's a 1-possession game.
Kyrie
Now
gave
it's a
him
2-possession
confidence?
game.
Jordan,
What are we doing?
let's be consistent here.
I gotta get this off.
What are we doing?
Kyrie gave him confidence?
Now, y'all
Is
think
that what
I'm
you
being
said?
nasty. Now I gotta be real.
Wait, Jordan, is that what you said? You said Kyrie gave him confidence?
Hell yeah, after that shit. Listen, now y'all talking about nasty. Now I gotta be real. What Mike kept saying, I ain't crazy. I'm insane. Look, I'm about to tell you what happened. This man, and Till, you like to use chick analogy. This man, Bron, got the girl ready, got her all the way at the top. And he said, "Baby, I can't finish." My homeboy kid. That's what happened.
No way.
That's what happened. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
You're lying.
No, I'm
You are
not.
lying.
No, I'm
You are
not.
lying.
And then
Jordan.
guess what?
Whoa.
And then
Jordan.
guess what?
Whoa.
Then guess what? Now I'm gonna use a fighting analogy. Bron was talking all that shit. Yeah, nigga, we got you. Kyrie stole off on one of them niggas. Bron got off after that. That's what happened.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
somebody got to get it cracking.
Kyrie stole off on that nigga, and the melee started.
Jordan.
And then Bron saw everybody else. He seen the cops coming behind him, and then now he got busy.
Jordan,
That's what happened.
I listened to you disparage LeBron James for putting up 22, 7, and 7 in the playoffs with weak shooting splits. You said you couldn't get over the fact that he had. How could he have 7 assists? How could he have 7 rebounds? Kobe would have had 29 points. Kobe would have done this. Kobe would have never shot 35. I remember you saying that. So let me tell you something. LeBron James was up against a 73-win team. His team was down 3-1 in the NBA Finals, biggest stage. And this man, for the next 3 games, put up 36, 10, 10, or was like 11. No, my bad. I undersold it. My bad. 36, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals, and shot 40% from 3.
Then why the fuck he didn't shoot the last 3 at the end of the fucking game?
Do you see what you're doing?
Yes, you just named all this amazing shit. Why the fuck he didn't get the ball?
That's not just amazing. That's historic. That is historic.
Nigga, be more historic. What the fuck you give it to Kyrie for then? You the chosen one?
Because he had the mismatch.
Wow.
Because he had the mismatch.
Oh, get the no. Kyrie had to hunt the mismatch because he had enough guts to do it. He said, "Well, give me that fucking ball, your scary ass.
There's
I'm
a
about to show you what
single
I'm
player
gonna do."
in NBA
Kyrie
history who
hit
could
the
have done
shot
that.
of the century,
That's
damn
insane.
near on
Ron,
Bron's watch.
Can we phone up Dion from Ohio to come here? Like, can we just do that? Is he
You
available?
gonna get LeBron fan club? Come on,
Bro,
I don't know if Dion's available, but Go James Kingdom's available. You want me to call him?
No. Here's the problem that I'm having with Drenchy. Here's the problem. Drenchy moves the goalpost because what Drenchy will do.
We need some
100% moving the
reinforcements, Joe.
goalpost because you literally just told us not 5 minutes ago. You literally just told us that James Harden gets super busy, averaging these many points against the Golden State Warriors. Meanwhile, we'll get him in a game where he's garbage. That doesn't matter. But yet, when LeBron James, who's getting busy,
I didn't say it don't matter. I said
the way
it do
he playing,
matter. I said
100% you said that. How come James Harden can average 30 a game against the Golden State Warriors, but he has this one game where he's not very good? But then you'll turn around and tell us,
I didn't say
how come
that.
LeBron
I said
James
he averaged
ain't
30
asking for the basketball at the end of the game?
about him.
Meanwhile, he's getting
Bron.
busy. That's a contradiction, Jake. That's a contradiction.
I'm not contradicting nothing. I just want y'all to talk shit about both of them. I'm just saying this man.
These are not comparable.
Saved the fucking series. The Warriors was gonna kick his ass again without Kevin Durant. Again.
What you mean without Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant to the Warriors was not even a thought.
Ain't you and Kyrie from the same place? I can't believe you doing this.
No, we're not. Kyrie Irving is from down south. I'm from Jersey City.
All right, but y'all from Jersey.
We both from Jersey, yes.
There you go. That's all I'm saying.
So he's supposed to cap produce from Jersey the way you cap produce from Houston?
How is this capping when we saw with our own 2 eyes? We saw a big 6'9" motherfucker give a little guy, Kyrie Irving, the ball and said, "Lord, do it for me."
Drenchy, that doesn't make
sense, man. Like he's Matthew
we consistently.
I can't no more. Lord,
yo, Kyrie Irving was legitimately in conversations for the
That's what he did.
Okay, Jordan. Did Michael Jordan ever pass the ball to someone with the game on the line?
He drove and kicked it, Pen. He didn't fucking sit in the corner and watch him go to work.
Playmaking is different.
Irrelevant. Come on, man.
Did Michael Jordan kick the ball to Steve Kerr?
Did Michael Jordan play with Kyrie Irving? I hate having this conversation every week with you because if he did, he would allow it.
Scottie Pippen.
Wait a minute. Why are we turning this into Jordan?
Yeah, we don't want to stick to LeBron.
Pippen ain't never shoot no last shot.
He didn't pass the ball to Steve Kerr.
This Scottie Pippen.
Hey, this Steve, go find the mismatch.
Jordan, imagine Scottie Pippen is the last shot. Jordan just got the steal. Keep in mind, Jordan just got the steal from Carmelo. He's dribbling the ball down, and he like, yo, Scotty, come get the ball.
He actually did that in 1980. Whoa. Stop right there. Stop right there because he 100% did that.
When?
If we rewind the clock back to 1988. 1988 against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
1988.
You won 2007 against LeBron.
Time out. At what stage, Chill?
They playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs.
What game?
This is game 5. This is an elimination game. Game's over. Series is over. So he drops. So he gets the ball to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen knocks down the three to take the lead. The very next play, the game should be over. The very next play, what happens? Jordan misses. Craig Elo goes to the hole, gets the layup. They go up now. Now Jordan ends up ending the game. But he did do that before, though.
Chill.
Yes, he did do
You
that.
just said he passed the ball to Scottie Pippen for a three.
And
Chill.
the game should have been over. The
it
game
is-
should have been over if he didn't give up that bucket that he gave up. The game should have been over. 100%. The game should have been over.
That's not the same thing as
And it's not
Bron
comparable.
saying, "Here, Daddy, take me home."
All right,
what
here
he
that
did.
is insane.
Okay,
Hear that.
first and foremost,
Chill, it's-
Drench, when he hit that shot,
That wasn't
when
even
when
necessary.
when Kyrie
Hey,
Kyrie
shit,
Irving
you
hit
said
that
What
shot,
about
I'm
Paxton
doing.
in '93?
let's take Paxton out of the
Pen, he did
out
not
of the
give Paxton the ball and say ISO. He didn't do
Paxton
that.
is
He
not-
didn't say Paxton here, ISO, go hunt, go hunt, go
If he
hunt.
had
go
Kyrie,
hunt.
he might have.
You out your
He
motherfucking
had Scottie
mind, you
Pippen.
might
You
have
keep
done
saying that. He had Scottie Pippen.
Okay,
Scottie
so wait,
Pippen is not
so why do we have
nearly the
why do
offensive
we have
creator.
James? Why do we have Kyrie Irving knocking down that
gosh.
shot? It's a
Crazy.
one possession game. James gets the ball, goes downhill, and gets fouled because he's going to the rim. By the way, James is going to the rim.
Kyrie eased the pressure off of him after he stole off on a nigga that whooped
It's
his
still a
ass
one
last
possession
week.
game, though, Dritchy.
But
If
they're
he
up
doesn't
at
do
this
that, they
point,
get the
Chill.
ball
Listen
back.
though,
But
listen
they're
though.
up
Why
at
he
this
wasn't
point.
that
They're not
aggressive?
down. They're up.
Why he wasn't that aggressive when they was down?
But
Kyrie
he
stole
was that
off
aggressive
on a
when they
nigga
were
that
down
kicked
because they
his
had a
ass,
stretch.
and then he got confidence and said, "Yeah, nigga, that's my big brother."
But Dritchy, he
That's
was
what
that
he did.
aggressive throughout the course of the game because remember we had a stretch where they couldn't score, and it was James who ended up getting them back in the game. Where it was James who scored them last, I think I want to say 5 points in the last 2.5 minutes. Of the
Why
game. It was
didn't
him who
he
did
do
that.
it the last before? Why did Kyrie have to do it? Why didn't Bron do it? Y'all saying he's so amazing. He couldn't be amazing for 3
See,
more
this kind of stuff,
motherfucking
right?
points.
See this kind of stuff right here. But he was amazing. Okay, Kyrie Irving hit the shot. We've had plenty of guys who've hit big shots for their team. Plenty of guys who have hit big shots for their team. Steve Kerr hit a big shot for his team. John Paxson hit a big shot.
How
for
did
his
he do
team.
it?
Jabbar hit
How
a,
did he do
Jabbar
it,
hit a big, Jabbar hit a big
Chill.
shot for his team.
You're
How
missing
did
the
he do it?
process that we're
for their team.
Did he
Chill.
do
You're
it?
missing the process that we're explaining, though.
No, I get
We're
it. I get what you're saying.
explaining
Why
the-
didn't James just take the ball and why didn't James do
Y'all
it?
say
as
y'all
opposed
say
to
he was so
Kyrie Irving?
awesome. Why the fuck he didn't do it?
But he did do it though, Drenchy. This is what you're trying
Not
to tell me. You're
when
trying
the
to-
pressure was on the line. You know why? Because they would have talked about him.
How much more pressure do we need, Drenchy? We're down 3-1. How much more pressure do we need? In
And
game
first of all,
5,
it's
we
3-3 at
lose.
this time.
In
All
game
all
6,
bets off the
we went
table.
for
It's 3-3
40.
at this
We
time.
lose. We're out. How much more pressure do you need?
And,
I don't
and
get
also,
that.
chill. This is actually also after the whole Ray Allen shenanigans and incident too.
Motherfuckers
So,
always saving his ass.
so we still had that one
I ain't
as
even
well.
say right because Bron hit the three. Bron hit the three, but this is his.
But
MO,
no, he missed the shot.
No, he hit a three
That-
before
that-
that. This is
no, he
Bron's
did,
MO,
he
though.
did, he
When
did.
it looked like it's out of reach, he willing to be Superman. But when there's pressure coming, bro, sometimes he okay with walking off the court saying, "Hey, my teammates, we tried, and I'm okay. You know, I understand. We tried. I made the right play."
He's got the
Kyrie
most
said,
fun
"Fuck the
people
right
in
play."
games, too.
Steph, bring your ass over here. I got something for your ass. I'm about to do something to you that Bron couldn't do to you last year. He stole off on that nigga, and I'm telling you, that's what happened. A melee started. Chill. This is what happened, so we can understand. Bron got his ass kicked by them the year before. Okay.
Yep.
You know, sometimes somebody kick your ass, that shit get intimidating. You don't know how to get off for real. You looking at him, you sizing him up like, yeah, I want to hit this nigga.
How many
And
games did that go
your
to?
big brother come
15.
and he like, who? This nigga?
6.
Boom! Catch off on him. And
When-
now you ready.
When the
And that's
Warriors
what happened.
switched Curry, when they switched that screen and they got single coverage, Kyrie Irving, arguably the game's best one-on-one player at the time, best handles, on Steph Curry in space, tie game, 89-89. Yeah, LeBron's in the corner. Yeah, he is. He's being used as a decoy.
He wasn't using that no goddamn
It's a
decoy.
decoy.
It
No,
is
it doesn't matter. It
absolutely
doesn't matter if it's a
It's
decoy or not.
relevant.
That's a
Y'all don't
decoy.
don't
is-
get caught up. Don't get caught up on the word decoy. It doesn't matter.
Or
If
JR,
you get Kyrie
Kyrie.
Irving switched with Steph Curry guarding him, LeBron,
after
you
him.
better keep your ass out the way.
Go
I
after
don't
Absolutely.
care who you are.
Absolutely.
Get your ass out the way.
Go
Jordan,
after him.
Why?
Absolutely.
He's so amazing.
Don't do
Why
that,
he
bro,
didn't
because
get
you
switched
coach-
on
Hang
Steph?
on.
You coach basketball and you know for a fact that is the right play. that if Kyrie Irving has Steph Curry guarding him,
I know because I know Bron. I know Bron can't get it done.
If you're coaching that team and LeBron goes over there, you're going to be yelling, "Move, move, get move."
No, hold on. First of all,
don't do that just for this instance, bro. Because you
know I'm not
doing
it for this instance. I'm saying no. Hold on. Bron was getting switches with Steph on him that game too. It's not like he. It's not.
And was he not going at Steph? Was he going at him?
Yes, he was.
Was he going at him?
Yes, he was.
They were playing, Jordan. They were playing
because Kyrie had the ball.
So Kyrie saved his ass.
He didn't save him. He didn't save him. He didn't save him. They were mismatched, honey. Look.
Y'all saying LeBron is so awesome, but in his last 4 seconds,
you're gonna be yelling to stay out of the way. You're damn gonna be like 4 low, get low, go low.
Listen, y'all are making this.
You're gonna be telling Kyrie to pick on Steph just like he did.
Of the game, and Kyrie got to save. How are y'all not doing this?
Okay, well, Bron saved Kyrie too then, because Bron was having 40-point triple-double.
But nobody is putting Kyrie in the GOAT conversations.
Because he's not in the GOAT conversation. LeBron is.
There you go. But this is what y'all building up this,
bro. Come on. Like,
y'all building up
you
this
can't forget
all
all the great things LeBron has done just because
all due
one
respect,
time
he deserved it. But for y'all to sit up here and say that he did this, he did that, and then I say, well, why he didn't do it the last minute of the game? Because Kyrie.
Jordan,
Kyrie
if you're Steve Kerr, Jordan, if you're Steve Kerr, you're expecting that ball to go into LeBron, right? You are, right?
Yeah, everybody should.
Everybody is, right? But you just so happen to have this incredible isolation player on the perimeter who is also an all-star, who is also an all-NBA player, who could also be arguably at that point a top 10 player in the NBA, and has a skill set to exploit a matchup against one of the weaker defenders in space. There's still time on the clock here, okay? Now, what you're suggesting in this situation, even if, I don't know, LeBron gets in his own feelings and says, oh, whoa, what are people going to say if I don't take the shot?
That's what Kobe would have did.
You want LeBron to come up from the corner, bring a second defender over to Kyrie, allow the Warriors to switch, and then demand somehow let Draymond get back into the play.
If you want to be great, who gives a fuck? Like, what are you talking about?
Greatness requires winning. Because I'll guarantee you one thing right now, Jordan. I'll guarantee you one thing right now. If LeBron brings a second defender into that play, if Draymond is able to recover, and somehow LeBron misses that shot, the one thing you be saying is, why didn't he get out of Kyrie? Why didn't he get out of Kyrie's way? Kyrie had a favorable matchup.
He'll be saying LeBron got low basketball IQ. That is a great point. On top of that, 2K. No, don't give me the ball. Get your ass out the way. That's the mark of a good basketball player that understands my other dude right here is cooking up, and he has a severe mismatch. I'm not gonna go interfere in that. That's a good basketball player.
That's why we talk about that.
2K God made another great point in the chat. This is why the chat clears, because you're not up here talking about Kobe and Shaq like they don't deserve it because Robert Horry hit that shot when Vlade Divac tipped the ball out after both of them missed shots. You don't got that same energy for Kobe Bryant. You're not
talking and say, Robert, here, do it for me.
I mean, to be fair, LeBron got a tip out 3-2. To be fair, shout out Chris Bosh.
Y'all keep it real, bro.
To be fair,
keep it real, bro. Like,
what?
Real. Basketball. Hold on, because I want to make this distinction, because you know it's dumbass motherfuckers in the chat that can't do nothing with me and nothing. I'm talking about anything. Y'all can't do nothing with me and shit. But listen, I'm gonna make this clear. For basketball play, I understand it. I understand it wholeheartedly. For this conversation, for what we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not finna sit up here and act like that's not what happened. That's all I'm saying.
That's not what happened. We are going to sit up here like that's not what happened. Yes, we are going to do that because
y'all
that's
are
not
sitting
what
up
happened.
Here capping because you know for a fact, if this dude got the crown, he got everything in life fucking handed to him. He was awesome.
Everything in life handed to him.
Keep going, Dritchy. Keep going.
No, I'm talking. I'm not saying it like that, Ox. I'm not saying
no.
like that.
Keep going. As you were saying, Dritchy. Keep going.
You said it was given, not earned
on that final possession.
No,
Jordan, who is guarding LeBron?
Given, not earned.
Hold on, Penn. All I'm saying is for the conversation of we all know Bron is awesome. Bron is my second favorite player of all time. I got him the second greatest of all time. Let's get that clear, right? for this conversation, when we talk about GOATs, yes, that was the right basketball play. But when I put you up against this monster, that monster, and I got to criticize what happened, brother, you sat your ass in the corner and said, Lord, do it for me.
And
Kyrie
and here's the difference with that, Drenchy. The difference with that is all of these great players make the correct basketball play. So if you think about
Mike was making that play against Utah.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you this is plenty of times where he made that play. I'm going to tell you right now. He made that play in Game 5 where he got the basketball to John Paxson. He made that play. I don't know if you remember.
How did he get it? Because you keep saying that. How did he do it?
Okay, I'm going to tell you how he did it. So just like James in 2016 gets the basketball and he sees we're mismatch hunting because Kyrie Irving, by the way, Kyrie Irving up into the fourth quarter is frying Steph Curry. They're doing everything that they could to go after Steph Curry. He busting Steph Curry ass.
Braun was busting his ass too.
So he exactly. But here's the difference. The difference is I like this matchup. Just like when Jordan gets the basketball at the end of the game, and I'm not turning this, Ron, into a Jordan James thing, but Jordan gets the game at the end of the Jordan gets the ball at the end of the game in '93 against the Phoenix Suns. He's dribbling the ball up against Kevin Johnson. What does he do? Immediately, he gets off the field, gets it to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen drives down the lane, throws the ball to Horace Grant. Hot potatoes out to a wide open John Paxson. Who, by the way, let's not forget, Drenchy, they're down by 1. If he misses it, they lose. We're going to a Game 7. And then you have to now tell me, why didn't Jordan take the shot? Why didn't he take the shot? The reason why he didn't, because it was the correct basketball play. That doesn't have anything
That's
to do
not the same
Jordan.
thing as Kyrie.
It has nothing to do with
get the ball at the top of the key.
Nothing.
Switch. I'm going to sit in the corner.
I'm
not even going to get in the
Who's
action.
guarding LeBron in the corner? Who's guarding LeBron in the corner?
It's
Yes,
LeBron.
it does.
Why the fuck
Yes,
does
it
that
does.
matter?
Yes,
It's
it does
LeBron.
matter
Y'all
because
keep
who's
saying
guarding
who's
him?
guarding LeBron. But then
Let me tell you.
He's the
Yo,
best scorer.
Jordan,
He's the
Jordan.
best. It
Yo,
doesn't
Jordan,
matter who's guarding him.
you got to let somebody else talk, bro. You've been going at this, and I don't think you said a new thing for the last 20 minutes. You've been going the same thing over and over again. Why Kyrie? Why not LeBron? I'm gonna tell you why. You asked the question. I'm gonna tell you why.
Sure,
okay?
Let's go.
Okay, physics says if you no. I'm sorry to trigger you by saying the word physics, but I'm sorry. The fact that you exist, you are a material that exists. You are in Houston right now, right? What does that mean? You're not in Toronto. You're not in LA. If Draymond in the corner sucked away on LeBron, where is he not? He's not in the paint, right? If he's occupied with LeBron, he can't help Steph. Steph, as we've already acclaimed, what is the gap? So I'm gonna ask you a question, a real question. The gap between LeBron's offense and Draymond's defense is how big? I'll agree that LeBron's a better offensive player than Draymond is a defensive player, but it's very narrow, which means I'm rolling the dice. If I go LeBron versus Draymond with help, Clay, they got other good defenders. This is a great team. They didn't just win 73 games by accident. If I go this route, I'm rolling the dice. Even if by your narrative, if LeBron hits that shot, oh, it's great. I think LeBron wants to win a championship. I think that 3-1 comeback that is used by many people to acclaim him as the greatest player of all time, that goes out the window if he doesn't win. So you got to play the odds here. I would rather take my chances, Steph cooking Curry, than trying to take my chances of bringing Draymond into the play, because Draymond Green is, in my humble opinion, the best defender in the NBA over the last 20 years.
What that got to do? What that got to do with Kyrie getting the switch on? Clay is a hell of a defender too.
But he got the switch. But if he didn't get the switch, the option was there for LeBron.
And put Curry on him.
But Jordan, I think that
you got to read the clock, man.
Y'all are making my argument by saying
no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Kyrie Irving's more awesomer.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Here's the problem that I'm having with your logic. You've just told me numerous times. You've just told me numerous times about James Harden doing what James Harden did against the Golden State Warriors. James Harden doing what James Harden did against these teams in the playoffs, and then he'll have this one instance where he's not very good. But then, and you're defending James Harden for that. Then you'll turn around and tell
I said Chris Paul.
100%.
I said Chris Paul. I said you would rather have James for 47 minutes. I said the last minute you want Chris Paul with the ball. I watched Chris Paul close the game against the Warriors. That's what I said. I'm saying now y'all.
Okay, but here's the difference. Here's the difference. But with James, we've seen numerous times where James has closed games, where James has saved games. We've seen James close games and end teams numerous times, more than once, more than twice,
Right.
more than
Why
three
didn't he
times.
do it that
We've
time?
seen that. So if we see him in the NBA championship, we see him in the NBA championship where Kyrie Irving gets the basketball and he's going after Steph Curry, which he's had the advantage on Steph Curry throughout the majority of the series, by the way.
Bron did
Don't forget,
too.
throughout the majority of the series,
Bron
he's
did
had
too.
100% he did, which would explain why when after Kyrie Irving, because they are a tandem, which would explain why when he went downhill after Kyrie Irving hit that shot, he still went to the free throw line to ice the game. And it has nothing to do with the pressure not being on him, because previous to that, we had a stretch where Kyrie Irving did not score for 5 minutes. James is the one who's keeping us in this game.
Okay, perfect point. Perfect point.
He knocked down all 3 of those threes. And
Okay.
then knocked down another 3 to make it a 1-possession game. He's getting us back in the game.
Okay. You know what? I'm so glad you said that. So you mean to tell me since Kyrie Irving didn't score for 5 minutes, Bron, who had it going, was willing to say, Kyrie, I know you didn't score for 5 minutes, but it's the last minute. I'm going to give you the ball, and I trust you to cook because you didn't score for 5 minutes. I've been scoring. Nigga, here, go do it.
But he didn't score for the last 2 minutes of the game neither, by the way.
Scary.
Don't leave that part, which doesn't make sense, Jordan. But
not me. You said it, not me.
I did say that, but here's the difference, Jordan. The difference is that he didn't score for the last 2 minutes of the game. That's why Kyrie Irving, boom, he gets the basketball, going up against a guy who he's had the advantage on the majority of the game.
That he haven't been scoring against.
But he did score against him right there, 100%.
Yeah, because, bro, listen, chill. Listen to what you just said. You just said Bron, you said Kyrie wasn't scoring at all. Bron was scoring. Bron was keeping him in the game.
For 2 minutes. For 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes, right? That's what you said.
For 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes. But then it came to the last minute, and Bron said, Kyrie, I know you haven't been scoring. Here, you do it. We down 3. How does that make sense?
Because he actually did it, and he had the advantage the majority of the game. That's how it makes sense.
Why didn't Bron do it?
Because he wasn't scoring at that point.
Kyrie neither.
Even though I got an advantage against this guy who I've been scoring on the majority of the game.
Bron was scoring on Curry too the whole game. They was getting the same. The Warriors switched everything. That's why Kyrie kept getting Clay to get off of him. That's why he did that. Just like Bron could have got Draymond off of him. He did that. He did it the next possession. He drove right at Draymond and got to the line. When there was no pressure, when they wasn't down.
Right.
Why didn't he do it that time?
Because Kyrie Irving, that's his matchup, and he had the advantage the majority of the game. That's why. What you're trying to sell us,
but you just said for 2 minutes he wasn't scoring.
He wasn't scoring, but Kyrie Irving, and then for 2 minutes he wasn't. That's how this works. But Dritchy, what you're trying to sell us is why didn't he do it then? When he's done it the majority of the year, when he's done it the majority of his career. That's the difference, Drench. He did it the entire time. And in that one instance, in that one instance where Kyrie Irving ends up hitting that shot, because they are a tandem. Let's not forget that. They did have back-to-back 40-point games with both of them. And then Kyrie Irving, I believe in game 6, I think he went for like 32, frying Curry ass in that game 6, going after him. And then in game 7, up until the fourth quarter, I want to say about 9 minutes, Kyrie Irving is still going after Steph Curry. He's not having a great shooting night, but he's going after Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't stay in front of him. And then LeBron James, I want to say from like 5 minutes to about maybe 3 minutes, he's actually scoring again. And then he can't score anymore. So then we go back to Kyrie Irving, which is us being a tandem.
I understand it. Like I said, it's as a team morale for a basketball play. I understand. That's not when it happened. I wasn't saying, oh shit, where the hell Bron at? I was cheering. Like I said, Bron's my second favorite player of all time. But I'm saying for the sake of, if you get a Michael Jordan enthusiast and LeBron enthusiast, and we gotta talk about what is won. We talk about MJ hitting a shot to rip the Jazz heart off. We talk about that. But then they gonna bring up Kyrie hitting it. Damn well, had Bron did that, it made that shot.
Oh my God. Oh man, what?
Christ.
What?
If Bron did that, not Kyrie, I don't even know if people would even entertain a Mike versus LeBron.
But here's the difference, though, Ron.
All I'm saying.
Here's the difference, though, Ron. He actually did do that. He did do that. And you know what you don't do? We don't give him the credit.
When did
for,
he do that?
What do you mean win, Ron? Do you remember in Game 7 in 2013 when he hit the elbow jump shot to ice the game? You don't talk about that. No words. There's a one possession game. He hits the jump shot in Game 7 to ice the game. What about in Game 4 in 2013? What about in Game 4 in 2012 when he's got cramps and they're up 2-1? I'm sorry, they're up 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, talk about the cramps when they had to carry his ass off the court.
And he knocks down the three to ice the game in game 4.
Was he icing the game?
We don't talk about that. Ice the game. Game's
winning
over.
the game?
James, that's what icing the game means.
No,
Chill. Chill. If you're up.
You
2 points and you hit a shot to put you up 4. Like, yeah, I'm not saying that's not a big shot. I'm not saying it's not an important shot, but it's a little different when you're down
3,
1, 2, or even 3,
yeah,
and you hit a shot to put your team back in the game.
Yeah.
If you don't hit that shot, you guys are done. It's over. It's a wrap.
When we tied or when we up 2.
Because
from here to here.
Because when you up, the other team still has to go score. So like you still have an opportunity to play some defense, get a stop, and you might even get the ball back too.
Sure.
But when you hit a shot to either tie the game or put you ahead, like that, that is a humongous shot. Because it's a lot of pressure. It's more pressure.
Yeah, chill. You know that flipped the stage by a lot. When you down 3. And you that boy, you've been talking shit all game. Me and you, let's say I'm playing against you. I've been talking shit. I'm going to bust your ass, chill. And then shit, I'm guarding you, and you hit a 3, and you up 3. And I come back down. I've been talking shit to you all game, and I've been keep cooking your ass, right?
Yeah.
And then I come back on the other end, and I pass the ball. Chill. You know you would tell your homeboys, this nigga's soft. This nigga did not want to face me. He passed the ball. You know that, chill. That we're not gonna act like that's not the conversations. Like, I know that for a fact. Is it a good basketball play to let your teammate do that? Obviously, we talking basketball. Like, yes, for sure. But for mano-a-mano, for the matchup, nigga, y'all gonna tell me about how awesome Draymond Green is on defense? And y'all gonna say Bron is this and that? Y'all just laid out all his accolades, how awesome he been. But now you niggas get logical when the game is on the line and say Draymond's a better defender. Like that to me is crazy to me. Like that's a little bit crazy to me that y'all even gonna do that because nobody, like Kobe was getting great defenders. Mike was getting great defenders. Nobody's gonna Shaq too. Nobody's gonna talk about what this guy's defense is at this time when we talking about a legendary man. Like it's no way we doing that.
I do want to say this though. I do. This is my thing. Do I hold it against LeBron a little bit? Yes, and it's only just because the players that I believe are better than him, I believe that they would have took that shot. However, I'm not mad at Kyrie taking it. I'm not mad at Bron. I'm not mad at Bron, and I don't even want to say deferring because I don't want to ruffle you guys' feathers. But I'm not mad at Bron recognizing the mismatch and letting Kyrie do what he did. All I'm gonna say is I would have rather LeBron have taken that shot. For better or for worse, I would have rather him have taken that. And to Jordan's point, if LeBron would have made that shot,
come on, chill. We're not even entertaining it.
Yeah, I really think like the GOAT debate will be a little more slanted in his favor. I do believe that.
No,
it would be monumental if Bron ran off them last 5. It would be fucking monumental. Bro, they wouldn't even be talking about what Jordan did. They wouldn't even people would act like Michael Jordan didn't hit that shot to win the game, which he got his shoes out.
Jordan hit 2, didn't he? He hit 1 the year before against the Jazz, right?
No. He just hit 1.
He ended up hitting the he had the putback. That's what ended up happening. He had the putback what ended up happening.
Mike got shoes after that shot, the last shots. This man, Bron, got to go the last Kyrie shot for his shoes. He got to do a collab with Kyrie on this shit now. That's what we doing now. I
just think that Ron, I think your logic would hold more weight if we didn't have evidence of James doing this in crucial moments of championship games, in crucial moments of games where he's icing games. I can appreciate your logic about when you do have a cushion. But if you have a cushion, especially depending on who you're going up against, it's more likely that this team is going to score. It's more likely that this team isn't going to be stopped. With that being said, right? With that being said, for James to do those things numerous times over the course of his career, whether it's in the championship, whether it's in the Eastern Conference Finals, when he did that over the course of his career, that holds a lot of weight. And the fact that he did that with Kyrie Irving, this is a team that was down 3-1. Every game, all the heat is on us, Ron. Not some of the heat, not most of the heat. All of the heat is on us. They lose, they got a game 5. They lose, they got a game 6. They lose, they got a game 7. We lose, we're out. OUT, we're out. So those 40 balls that he was dropping, that stuff matters. And that stuff doesn't matter when he was just doing it in the first and second quarter. It was mattering when I was doing it late in games, where I'm icing the game at the free throw line, where I'm coming up with big shots in the meat and potatoes of the game. That stuff matters as opposed to just because I have a cushion. Now, again, Ron, I'm not saying that what Kyrie Irving didn't do, I'm not saying that what Kyrie Irving did wasn't fantastic, because it 100% was fantastic. And I understand Drenchie's point. But to your point, when you say this dude, if I'm looking at him going, he's soft. If he misses that shot, you're not going to go, well, at least he took it. You're going to be like, this nigga.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, chill. You know that's how basketball players give respect, though. Like, at least he took it. Like, bro, yes, I might say you not me. I just bust your ass. But at the end of the day, that's like a fight. At least you took the fight. I might whoop your ass, but at least you took it. Like, you wanted to fight. It's not like you backed down from that moment. Like, that's really all people be saying when it comes to this Bron conference. That's the only reason why we even be able to like diminish a little bit of what LeBron has done, is because of this type of conversations. Like, are you willing to do this? Are you willing to go through the scrutiny of it? And when he did go through the scrutiny of it, he didn't handle it well. What he did against the Mavericks, when he started talking about, oh, I'm gonna go home to my family, I'm rich. Like, that's why we having this conversation. That's really the only thing that people, and I don't think Kobe Bryant's a better basketball player than LeBron. I don't think so. But that's why people be talking about Kobe's this, Mike is this, Bron is that, because of these type of moments. That's it. Literally it. And I understand. Maybe y'all going to say Bron is not them. Bron is more of Magic Johnson. I understand that. That's cool. But at the end of the day, he wants to be in them conversations. He said he chasing the GOAT. He's okay with all of this talk. So we got to be real. At the end of the day, I'm a realist. I don't give a fuck if you my brother, my mama, my whatever. I'm a realist. Like I said, Bron is my second favorite player all time. Mike is first for me. But I'm a realist. That's what happened. Great for LeBron winning his 4th ring. Great. Amazing. But I'm not going to act like that's not what happened.
All right, fellas.
That's it.
At this moment in time, I want to let you guys know about a beautiful place that you guys need to download and go to. You see, we are excited to officially announce a Player's Choice partnership with Splash Sports. Shout out to the fellas over there. Shout out to TJ. And Splash Sports, they have fantasy contests and games of skill where you compete against each other. You compete against other fans. You compete against other people that are in a pool of players, and you don't play against the house, which is amazing. And we're doing this alongside our NFL podcast, the Press Box. You know, the NBA season is going to be here soon, and when it does, we'll get things cracking on that end. But we are starting off with 2 fire contests. One is the 50K Survivor, and the second one is a 15K weekly pick'em. They are live right now. The link is in the description at the top of the comments. Go click those and join up. You have till Sunday at 10 a.m. to join these contests and have an opportunity to win either 15K, 50K, or win both of them. But we're putting our money where our mouth is and joining these contests. You need to do the same too if you know ball. So shout out to Splash Sports. Shout out to everybody that's joined up already. If you haven't, go click that link in the bio and let's get to it. We'll see y'all in the winner's circle. All right, we got a few super chats, so let's go ahead and read what the people got to say about what's been happening. Shout out to World Rage. Didn't say anything, but shout out to World Rage. Dan in the box said the Cavs still win Game 7 if Kyrie missed that shot. LeBron iced the game with free throws.
I mean, sure.
How do they win
if Kyrie missed that shot? It's probably not.
They were tied.
Didn't Kyrie tie the game?
No. They went up 3.
His shot was to go up 3?
Yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead. It was the go ahead bucket. They went up 3.
Hey, drink more water. You a dumbass. Nigga, you can't read either. Nigga, get off my boy, you lucky I don't even talk like that. You about to make me talk like a YN, boy. You a dumbass, boy. You can't fucking read. And nigga, stop worrying about what I'm charging, nigga. If I charge your mama something, nigga. Shit.
SMN RDM said, "Are we really hating on LeBron for doing the right play? I mean, Kobe would have forced that shot and missed. Then what? WTF?"
Well, first of all, Kobe has actually made the right play in late games. He's done that before. I remember when they played against Orlando in 2009 in the finals, when he's in that pick and roll action with Pau Gasol to ice the game, and everybody's expecting Bryant to make a ridiculous, difficult shot. Instead, he's in that pick and roll action with Gasol, drops it off to him. Gasol ends up getting an and one, game's over. So, I mean, that's the right basketball play to do. That's in the meat and potatoes of the game right there. That's game 2. I want to say that they ended up doing it. So he's done that before. So that's not like that's the only time that Bryant has made the right basketball play. Yes, he's done that before.
Yeah, no, for sure. But he always created the play. He ain't never sat back and let Paul or Meta World Peace get busy while he just sat in the corner.
And so did James. James has created more plays. I think
he did. Just not that game.
We talking in circles.
Just not that game. It's cool though. I ain't tripping to you. I got you. Ron is awesome.
Jonathan Frazier said, "LeBron, the only nigga in the world that will get hate for making the right play. This is insane and fucking nasty, Jordan. Get this nigga off the mic."
Get this nigga out the chat. You niggas don't think LeBron's supposed to be fucking criticized for nothing. You niggas want all hell King James. That's y'all niggas king. I ain't never calling that nigga no king. That nigga ain't no damn.
Which I want to make sure that we clear on this, Jordan, because I get criticized a lot about James, and I use the same logic with me. Like, if you're going to talk about me, get your story straight. I don't got a problem getting criticized. And I don't have a problem with James getting criticized, because I criticize him for the stuff that he's done in the past where he's not been very good. And I'm on that. Just get your story straight when you talk about me. What you're not going to do is you're not going to talk about me and your story isn't straight, where you're just making up shit or you're embellishing it. No, we're not doing that. That's my issue when it comes to James.
There you go. And that's it.
Big Show said, "No way in hell a basketball coach doesn't understand having a favorable matchup."
No, he does. He does.
Nigga, I'm not about to argue with a nigga who's shorter than his seat in the car. I'm just not gonna argue with a nigga like that. You need a dating coach, nigga. You a little bitty ass nigga. Ain't nobody dreaming about you, nigga. I can teach you how to do that. Nigga, I'm not finna argue with a nigga who head is bigger than him. Fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Nigga, go get that surgery, nigga. Go get BBL surgery for your legs.
Or get a BBL surgery that'll help you sit up higher than your...
That's crazy.
Either or, you know?
Could have told him to just get a booster seat, but okay.
BBL surgery. Jerryality said, "How would a game winner in 2016 change anything if Jordan fans argue that Jordan is 6-0? One game winner changes that?"
No, it doesn't.
It would, because he would have beat. He would have. It goes along with more of him beating the best team of all time and the way he did it.
But they did it anyway, and that's exactly what they did it anyway. So what are we doing? They still did it.
Yeah, but we're not gonna talk in circles. We're not gonna talk in circles.
They did it anyway,
what I'm saying,
right?
Though.
So, I mean, that's where I'm
Still,
at.
the feeling is so much different. The moment is so much different. You know how many times they play that moment with Kyrie? The same way they play the last shot with Jordan. That would have been that would have been the biggest moment of Bron's career.
Man,
just that alone would be such a talking point. Oh, man, when LeBron iced the game against Steph Curry and Draymond, they came down from 3-1.
Even though he iced the game against San Antonio to win the NBA championship in back-to-back seasons. He iced the game to do that. To win the championship in back-to-back seasons, Ron. That's a big-ass deal, but we don't talk about that. But because it's Steph Curry and they came back from being down 3-1, now that's different. Get the hell out of here, man. No way.
The story is so important when we're talking about GOAT debates and, like, you know, all-time rankings and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the problem with LeBron, which is, I think, what hurts his case a little bit, and it shouldn't really, but it does, is that he was so mainstream before he even got to the NBA.
That's a
He was
fact.
so hype. So for him, by my estimation, I saw him in 2001. I could never have imagined that he'd do what he did. So to me, he exceeded expectations. But tell that to somebody who said he was going to be better than Michael Jordan. He was going to win 10 championships. Tell that to anybody who listened to him in Miami, be like, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. I think LeBron is unfortunately a victim of his own ambitions and his own hype.
That's what comes with the territory too.
But converse that to Jordan, where I'll be honest, I think a lot of people started paying attention to the NBA. A lot more people started paying attention to the NBA when Jordan started winning. So they really weren't paying attention to him in 85, 86, 87. Most people don't really remember that. Even most avid Jordan fans bring up 92, 96, 98. You only ever seen Jordan win. You don't remember Jordan losing as much. You don't remember the Orlando series in 95.
And we didn't care as much neither, Penn, to be honest with you. Like
exactly
86, 87, 88. Like we were very much wrapped up in what Bird and Magic were doing. We didn't care as much that Jordan was averaging 37 a game. He was getting 55 in those games. He was on his way to being something. It wasn't how come he can't win? We knew that, it was coming. That's how we felt about him at that time.
Exactly. And I think because Jordan does so many, I think because LeBron does so many things well, it's really easy to take it for granted. Like the stat line that I brought up, like 36, 11, 10, 3, and 3. These are video game numbers. It's not supposed to be real life. You're definitely not supposed to do this in the playoffs. And Lord help me, you're not supposed to do it against a 73 win team. If Michael Jordan had done that against a 73 win team, well, he couldn't have, because he never faced a 73 team, because he was a 72 win team. You know what I mean? So it's just like the argument sort of falls in on itself. But I'm just saying, like, we take it for granted and we look for loopholes in the story, right? And like the story is, you got a player who could do everything all the time. He's not a weak defender. He's not a weak passer. He's not a weak rebounder. He's not a weak scorer. He's not a weak shooter. He's not weak. He's not weak at anything. There's no weakness in his game. So we're looking for one. LeBron.
James.
We're looking for one. Oh, he didn't take the final shot. Oh, he switched teams.
None of these guys got weaknesses.
Bro, LeBron
when we get
really...
to talking about top 5, none of these guys got weaknesses. They
do, man. Are you kidding me?
The one Bron weaknesses probably is just his mindset. He's willing to...
Jordan or Kobe don't have weaknesses.
I've already
Kobe
really quickly, Penn, I've already, and maybe somebody may think differently, I've already distinguished the difference between Jordan and James when you're talking about mindsets. Jordan is the sociopath. James is the psychopath. James will kill everybody in the room, but then he'll call the cops. Then he'll write a statement. He'll tell everybody, listen, I had to do it. Jordan or Bryant, they'll kill everybody in the room and like, all right, let's go get something to eat. The job still got done, though. The job still got done. So when you separate these two in terms of a mindset, it still gets done, no matter how they do it. James still
done as efficiently.
It still gets
described as 3 psychopaths. I don't know how you differentiate.
LeBron's a psychopath, but he's a little bit. It's just like I think
he's a psychopath,
and we
and
talked about that.
I think the other one's a sociopath. That's
because Jordan and Kobe, they're the type to keep on killing and keep returning to the scene of the crime. Like, I did that shit.
You got it backwards, bro. I think
they're the ones that end up on criminal minds. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that's like, let's keep going. I'm bloodthirsty now. And they killers. They're real killers.
Bron want to have fun. Bron want to have fun.
Bron like, oh man, I can't believe, he thinking about it. They said, I can't believe I did that. Jordan and Kobe, like, that shit was a great time, huh? You know what I mean? So it's just, but the point, to your point though, Chill, like, they're all of these dudes are in GOAT conversations, bro. You can't have one GOAT. Any of y'all can nitpick this, nitpick that. There's no such thing as the perfect basketball player. I know how often we sit here and we try to build a perfect basketball player. Even today, we try to find a player and be like, man, if this person just worked on this and worked on that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like, we want to control basketball too much. We just need to appreciate the fact that we had a player like LeBron James, a dude that could have been selfish. And he's not. You know what I'm saying? He passed the ball to Udonis Haslem because that was the right pass. You know what I'm saying? He stood back and let Kyrie cook Steph because that was the right play.
He passed the ball 4 times to what's that boy named Drew Gooden too, because that was the right pass.
Bron is a hell of a basketball player. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? He makes the right play more often than not, and I think that's a great thing. I don't think we should be bashing Bron because he makes good basketball plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've heard a bunch of times where sometimes I feel like, explain it where Kobe Bryant feels like if I shoot over 3 people, that is the right basketball play. I got more chance of making this shot than him over there. Well, okay, that's just the type of person you are. You feel like because you be in the gym from 2 a.m. to 2 a.m. that you're the only person putting in work. He locked in right there. Fine, that's cool, Kobe. Bron not like that, but he's still a GOAT. Like,
no, for sure. That's what I say. He's still go. I'm not saying Bron.
I'm talking to the chat.
How do we
I'm talking to everybody.
Here?
I'm just saying, like, we have to stop with this template basketball. Like, this is the only right way. This is the only way you could be a GOAT is if you're locked in like that. No, that's just not true. That's just simply not true.
We're having a great conversation about the Eurobasket and all these breakout stars.
We got here via
How
James
the hell
Harden.
did we get here, man?
We got here via James Harden.
James Harden ain't European, bro.
I was trying to derail it, Penn. I was trying to derail it, but I couldn't stop the train.
Well, on top of that, too, I don't think any of us have like watched every Eurobasket, Euro Cup or tournament, whatever the tournament's called. I'm sure we topped in, but like, there's just so much we can go into that. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, Slovenia ended up beating Iceland by a score of 87-79. Luka Doncic finished today with 26 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals.
Damn.
Don't forget the 10 blocks.
1 block.
I know where you got 10 blocks.
So 4 stocks. We got 4 stocks from Luka.
So what was his warp this game?
Yeah, 21 efficiency.
Nobody has ever explained to me what the fuck VORP is.
We're not gonna start now.
I've been begging y'all. Can somebody explain to me what does VORP mean?
They don't
How
know,
do you
Jordan.
calculate VORP?
They don't know, Jordan. It's make believe.
Yeah, it's make believe.
Sure. But I guess we'll wait another episode before I get it done.
Because
and win
Jordan,
shares, win shares and VORP. We got into the VORP before, and you can explain the surface level, but then when you realize certain parts of the formula that you need, and you realize that the parts of the formula that make up VORP, a lot of it is bullshit. You realize this is a pretty house sitting on a shitty foundation, and as soon as that earth starts to shake, this whole motherfucker just boom collapse. Yeah, hey, and then I asked 2 NBA players. I was like, yo. Do y'all know what VORP is? They're like, what the fuck is that? Like dead ass. Like they have no idea what the hell VORP is.
Yeah. And there's NBA players that haven't watched the Detroit Pistons play in 2 years. So I'm not really sweating.
They played 2 years. They played them.
Shaq, as a matter of fact.
Shaq has not watched the Detroit Pistons play basketball. Didn't know their record. Didn't know what was going on with them. Barkley the same way. I think we just Shaq is not 65 years old, man.
He's 9 months older than me. That's it.
So he's not 65.
So he's 61.
But you know what though? I don't. Shaq and Charles Barkley shouldn't have to watch all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well,
I'm messing with you. My bad, you.
Like, damn.
My overall point is just because a player, like, unfortunately, the way you learn the game anchors how you see the game for the rest of your life, unless you deliberately go out of your way to change it, right? This is why we don't see a lot of old coaches in the NBA anymore. We've seen a lot of younger coaches in the league. Why? Because the game has changed so drastically.
They're trying to change the game.
The game has changed. They're not trying to do anything. The game has changed. The game changed with, the game changed with the Spurs. The game changed with the Warriors. The game changed with Curry.
You know what I realized yesterday when we was talking about, like, somebody was in the chat and they was talking about the problem with 2K. They were saying the problem with 2K was this and this and that. And then I realized, you know what? They tried to make the NBA like 2K.
Like a video game.
They tried to make
game
the
of
NBA
stimulation.
just like 2K.
Game of stimulation.
I seen people talking about, oh, they're just, I'm not slowing the game down. I'm not going to do this. I'm not doing that. And that's exactly how people. That's when you say you learn the game, how you see it now. A lot of the majority of people learn basketball playing 2K. Just like I learned how to drive playing Vice City. I still drive like that. You know what I'm saying?
God.
So it's like a lot of people learn basketball by playing 2K. And it's so obvious. You can see it in today. You can see how people don't like.
That's why they be talking about rim protecting
about
wing.
coaches
That's why
and
they say
players?
rim protecting wing.
I'm talking about
brought that shit up last time when they start talking about rim protecting wing and floor spacing, fast breaking forward. Like that shit come off 2K, bro. Nobody talk about that shit ever, bro. Like nobody has ever said where's my rim protecting wing.
Exactly, Jordan. What they call it? Archetypes.
Yeah, like
James Harden plays 2K
Ron, remember I was talking to you a couple weeks ago and I told you that they got that shit from 2K. I remember exactly where I was at.
You two brothers are behind.
No, bro. I remember
when y'all need to get with the new wave.
I was at the shawarma spot up the street grabbing the shawarma, and I remember vividly where I was at, what I was ordering, what I was doing. We were having this conversation on the phone. I told you, I said, bro, they get this shit from 2K.
Now, that's a fact. I remember when they first put that shit on 2K, and they
y'all
was like,
need to just get with the wave, though.
I'm like, what the?
I tried. Remember that was my New Year's resolution. I tried.
Ox, am I understanding really quickly, Jordan? Ox, am I understanding that I'm talking to people or I'm having conversations with people who are getting their basketball knowledge from assimilation?
For sure.
Yes.
How many
times have you heard that up here? I've heard that so many times up here. I simulated it on 2K.
Bro,
you did.
So not actual basketball, Ox, like watching actual basketball from assimilation. Is that what I'm understanding?
I remember my coach, Sean Higgins, was the first one to put me up on this. By this time, I wasn't even playing 2K anymore anyway. This was the year I stopped playing video games. It was 2009. This was the year I stopped playing video games. And then I remember
he started playing 2K.
He used to say this all the time. 2009, 2010. That year, 2009, 09, 010. That year, he used to say that all the time. Be like, man, y'all doing this shit like you playing 2K. I start realizing, like, bro, that's really how y'all learn how to play basketball, huh?
No, but look, Ox, I think it was like 2016, maybe 2017, when they started putting that shit on 2K, and they was like, I swear to God, the first time they did it was like a tempo pushing point guard. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? A rebounding, like it was like some dumbass shit, like a floor spacing wing. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this?
Well, it's not necessarily dumb though, because that makes sense though. Like a fast point guard that pushes the tempo.
Nobody ever said this guy. Nobody has ever like talked about basketball in that way though. Like this is my tempo pushing point guard.
Right,
but my coach did.
Yeah, hey, Blair just said it. A playmaking paint beast. What the fuck is that?
That's what we call that.
That shit killed me when I saw that. A playmaking paint beast.
God damn.
I mean,
your coach never told you to push tempo. Your coach never. You never talked to a jumbo playmakers.
Yeah, push the rock. He's saying get up the court, push the rock. Let's run.
I'm tired of people acting like this shit wasn't around in the 2000s. I'm tired of people acting like this shit comes from 2K. No, we had versatile defenders. We had drop bigs. We had switch bigs. We had a tempo pushing wings.
Bigs? I never heard nobody or drop big.
Jordan, that's because you didn't have to say that thing. You didn't have to say
exactly.
You just did it. You know what I'm saying? You just played basketball.
That's what I'm saying.
You bumped the cutters. You switched. You hedged. You didn't have to say that. The first one that I remember them really doing and really talking about was the stretch big. Was the stretch big? You know what I'm saying? I remember that. But to your point though, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Like the play style of trying to make basketball like 2K, I hate that. But the archetype thing and saying things like that, I think that's fine. Well, okay, well, I think
it's unnecessary.
Let me have my opinion, Pin. Let me have my opinion. My opinion is that due to fans, due to the money in basketball, due to the fact that a lot of the casual fans don't have any idea what they're looking at, they're trying to make it relatable. They can relate to 2K. I think they're trying to make the real game like the fake game, and it's what it is. That's what I think. You don't think so? Fine. I think that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But I also believe that naming players and different archetypes and stuff like that, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's perfectly fine, and I think that makes sense.
I'm curious. In 2009, 2010, you were playing video games, right? Were you launching?
No, I stopped playing video games in about 07, 08. Yeah.
I thought you said 09, 010. Okay, whatever. I don't remember taking threes from the logo like Steph Curry. in 2K6, 2K7. Until he got to the league, I don't remember doing that. So the question is the cart and the horse argument. Are people trying to play like the basketball they see in AAU, in their local rec rooms, whatever? Because I remember I did a lot of mid-post stuff in 2K1, 2K2, because that's what I saw. That's what I saw Kobe doing. That's what I saw Michael Jordan doing. So that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to feed it to the post because I had Shaq or Arvydas Sabonis or one of those guys. I was doing a lot of that. But now I want my big to stretch out because that's what I see. So I don't know if it's people trying to mimic 2K, more like people watching the game and being like, this is how basketball is played.
I don't think that's you, Pin. That's you. But I definitely remember playing video games and people just running around firing up threes. You know what I'm saying? Doing all that. I 100% remember that. Like, maybe that's how you played it. But.
No, and I have to ask you, Ox, because I've actually been up on here and have asked you guys because the terminologies, they've changed so much, and I do my best to change with the times, Ron. I do my best to stay caught up with what you guys got going on and what's going on. But like when I first heard Chris Paul say drop coverage, I'm like, what the hell is that? What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul didn't know what the fuck it mean too, though.
I was like drop coverage, and then I saw it. I'm like, oh, you going under the screen? That's all that means, right? Okay, I got it. I know what drop coverage is. You're going under the screen.
Drop coverage. It's you're just not playing defense. Remember we talked about this. If you play a drop, you ain't playing D. If you play a drop, you ain't playing no D.
Essentially, here comes the screen, and I'm going under the screen, and I'm dropping off of you. That's essentially
no.
That's the big when the guard comes off the pick in the big kind of drops, whatever.
Yeah. Right. That's not the guard. That's not the guard.
But chill. That's the one for you. For me, the first one I heard when I first came around PC was the inverse pick and roll. For the life of me, I was like, "What are y'all talking about?"
I heard that before, and I was like,
"Yeah." They were like, "Oh, when the big sets when the guard sets the pick, that's just a pick and roll.
That's just a pick and roll, bro.
It ain't no inverse pick and roll.
It's just a pick and roll.
That's what it is.
And see, that's where it gets tricky with me, Ox, because when I heard inverse pick and roll, I'm like, okay, it was when I first saw Joker and the kid Plumlee doing it, and you don't see 4 and 5s pick and rolling, and that's what I heard. That's when I first heard pick and roll. You got two bigs. Pick and rolling. I'm like, okay.
No, this is more for a guard setting a pick for a big.
Basically pick and roll.
That's just pick and roll.
You know what I realized? Inverted pick and roll.
Yeah,
you know what I realized from like when I'm because I'm in this space. Like I watch a lot of basketball content. I watch a lot of shit. It just be motherfuckers making up shit, bro. Like they just making shit up and they sound intellectual, and people think that's what it's called. But it's like, 100%. Bro, they don't really talk like this.
Pin, why are you getting triggered?
Because Ron, it was created by Pins.
Because Pin, I'm not gonna argue with you. Because to be honest with you, like when I first heard tertiary ball handler, I was like, what the fuck is a tertiary?
Bro, they just be making up
what? Pin, I want you to hear me out, Pin. I've
been listening for an hour.
I said I want you to hear me out. They've been talking. I haven't said too much.
Okay.
I do want to say that I do believe so. Words are the key to imagery. You can't imagine something or put something together without having words that clearly define something.
Correct.
I don't mind the position archetypes. I don't mind you labeling. I actually like the word inverse pick and roll because it lets you know that it is a flipped pick and roll. Yes, it is just a pick and roll, but it's also an inverse pick and roll. It is a pick and roll that is the opposite. Tertiary ball handler. Yes, he is a ball handler, but he's the third option ball handler on the team. I like the definitions because it further breaks things down and it adds clarity to it. The only point that we're trying to make up here, Pin, is that through the 90s, the 80s maybe with Chill, the 2000s, wasn't none of this.
Fuck that. The 2010s
too wasn't none of this necessary.
It just wasn't necessary.
The game was different. You didn't have the same players.
It wasn't an inside-out playmaker or a playmaking shot creator
or a playmaking paint beast
or a 3-level scorer.
You know what else?
Or glass.
How you a 3-level scorer?
Ron, you know what else you didn't have in 2006? Cryptocurrency. You know what else you didn't have in 2007?
Cryptocurrency. Y'all believe in that shit? I'm not.
Oh my god. Okay.
I made some money off it. Don't get me wrong.
Don't do that. You had a crypto nerd on your bumper. I don't
care. Okay. Look, Jordan. I got involved in it. Don't get me wrong. I got involved. I got me some bread, but I ain't messing with that shit, bro. The government ain't finna allow that to go on.
Here's 8 offensive positions. You tell me which one you think is OD. Okay. A primary
8
ball.
offensive positions, you said?
Yes.
A
8
primary
offensive
ball
positions.
handler.
Primary ball handler. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Can we can all use examples? John Stockton, primary ball handler. LeBron James, primary ball handler. Perfect. Secondary ball handler. We know what we're talking about. The Scottie Pippins, the Scottie Barnes of the world. We know what we're talking about. Movement.
Scottie Pippen could have been a primary ball handler too, but
I thought he was a primary ball
yeah,
handler.
yeah. But I mean, I give Austin Reeves secondary ball handler.
Sure.
All right.
I could get with that. Yeah.
These are
What
fluid.
about this one? Basketball player.
What about this? Doc?
What about
Not specific
Hooper?
enough.
Hooper. Like
Okay, go to the YMCA, go to LA Fitness, go play like that. That's not how like basketball at the higher levels works. Connector.
Oh, okay.
Make sense?
Gotcha.
Connector.
Now they don't talk about bro. They don't
Thanks,
talk
man.
about basketball like this on the highest level. They don't. It's just
Yes, they do.
No, they do not, bro.
Yes,
they do not talk about
I
this
talk
shit.
to trainers and scouts all the time. They are talking about connectors all the time. They're talking about roll men all the time. They're talking about versatile bigs all the
Bro,
time.
I will call an NBA player, ask him what the fuck is a connector. He gonna say, bro, what the fuck is you?
If you call an NBA player right now, if you call an NBA player right now and you ask him what's a connector, and he be like, oh no, that's the dumbest NBA player in the NBA.
No, the fuck
Because you don't.
Congratulations.
Well, that's because you just play ball. I don't. You don't.
Bro, they don't talk like
that. They're all connectors. You're a connector because you got to make a set. You got to make the extra pass. You got to swing the ball.
God.
You got to find it here. Boom, boom. I know that you think
Is it
only certain people
meaningful
can
to
do certain
differentiate
things, but
between?
you have to be able to do all things on the basketball court.
Is it meaningful?
You got to be comfortable with the ball.
Is it meaningful to differentiate between spot up shooters and movement shooters for you?
And what shooters?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay, perfect. So it is for me. Okay, and I'm kind of sick and tired of you acting like
no, it is. It 100% is
because I want to define the game to a more
movement shooters and spot
granular level because the game has
advanced to that level.
What I'm saying is because the truth is, you know, when in the 90s there really weren't 25 movement shooters walking around. There really weren't. There were like 3, and we just called them exceptional shooters. No, it's not cap. Okay, name the top 10 movement shooters, Jordan, of 1993. Go ahead. I'll wait. I won't hold my breath.
I don't know the fucking spot. I'm not just thinking about this shit in my sleep. But what I'm saying is the way they played basketball, like the way they did it, they moved a lot. Like they came off screens. They came off a lot of stuff. Everybody just wasn't. They got more fucking spot up shooters now than they did.
They moved. They shot off the screens way more back then. Now they may shoot off the dribble now more, but they shot off the screens way more down there.
Yeah,
when's the last time you seen somebody come off a curl cut? Hey, chill. When's the last time you seen a down screen and somebody curl the screen, catch the ball 1-2 into a shot?
Bro,
you don't see that
all season last year, man.
When's the last time you seen a flare 3? When's the last time you seen somebody set a back screen and somebody flare to the corner?
We are trying to define the game. Look, everything has moved forward. Cars have gotten better. Televisions have gotten better. I certainly don't see you being like, oh, why they make the TV so flat? And why is my computer so mobile? Why are my headphones so small? Why is it that we fight evolution? We don't fight evolution in anything. I certainly don't see you buying an 89 Volvo. So why the hell are we fighting evolution in basketball? Now, y'all want to say, oh, the Pens of the world have created this. No, I don't think that's accurate at all. Some of the best coaches in the world look nothing like me and think nothing like me and have played professional basketball. Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Steve Nash. These are the greatest players, some of the greatest players of all time. These are former league MVPs, and they would discuss this game exactly as I'm defining it right now. Kevin Durant is a student of the game, a surgeon of the game. Steph Curry is a surgeon of the game. The best players learn this shit. The stupidest players, the ones who are out of the league in 3 years and be like, I'm not learning that shit. Those are the guys who end up in the G League.
So the best players, the best players will define themselves as a two-way shot machine.
Bro, they don't talk about
why are we moving the goalpost? I said connector. If you ask Scottie Barnes, what's a connector? He tell you he's a connector. He tell you he himself is a connector.
Maybe connector, but we're getting caught up on one word.
They can get in a conversation. I'm gonna be real.
A roll man.
Because
a roll man's been used forever. Like
that it is more accurate to define someone as a roll man than define them as a 4 or a 5.
That's not a new word.
Hold on.
A roll man's been used forever.
How many wings start their offense in the post now?
A lot. Start their offense in the post?
Yeah.
Like who?
Look, the formation of offense right now is versatile. Okay. Teams studied the triangle. Teams studied European basketball. Teams studied Spain's offense. That's how we get the Spain pick and roll. Teams study. Teams study. They dissect games, and they dissect plays, and then we evolve. That's what happens when you consistently study basketball over a long period of time, and you borrow from this guy, that guy, that guy,
really
and you evolve. No, what y'all want to do is y'all want to see static basketball. Y'all want to see like, oh, well,
no. Hold on.
What's happening. We are moving in the right direction.
No.
We are absolutely moving in the right
stretching two-way player. That's what we're talking about.
Ron, this is the problem, and it's gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings because this is just the bottom line of the truth. The fucking nerds of this basketball world is trying to bully people that play basketball. That's what the fuck is going on. Bro, the reason why y'all talk like this is because y'all can't get in a basketball conversation without you getting respected. So y'all use these bullshit ass words so people can say, oh, you sound like you know what the fuck you talking about, when realistically you don't. Like, no basketball player talk like this. Nerds are trying to flip the script. That's what's going on. They're trying to flip the script and bully. I said this the other day on Twitter. I noticed this. I started getting baited into these bullshit ass conversations. Nerds been flipping the script and trying to bully motherfuckers that know basketball for real to try to get in the conversation. Bro,
you are a basketball nerd.
Like,
you are a basketball nerd. You study film all day. You are a basketball nerd.
Inverted pick and roll. Or we don't know what this shit is. Bro, basketball players they never talk like this. Never. Nerds got to the table because they're not athletic. They can't do nothing else. Nobody ever respected their basketball opinion until they changed the vocabulary. And now everybody across the world is trying to change their vocabulary.
Kobe's a nerd. Kobe's a nerd. What the fuck do you think Detail was?
Kobe talk about basketball like that. Not even
what the hell do you think Detail was? Did you watch it?
Yes, I watched Kobe's basketball breakdown.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear him
so
use any of these terms on that basketball
Steve Nash was just a nerd. He couldn't get on the court. Mike D'Antoni never played basketball, huh? James Harden.
What does that have to do with
James Harden is a surgeon in the game. Kevin Durant,
did play
Steph
basketball,
Curry.
by the way.
You are talking about the best basketball players. Nikola Jokic will ask 15 questions after every single play in a Denver Nuggets practice. And I wish Swiper was up here. The first time I've ever said that in my life to tell you that is correct. That dude is very curious.
What is correct?
That Nikola Jokic is a deeply curious basketball player in practices. So every single time the coach is bringing out one play, he is the one person asking like, that's their Princeton offense from this thing. He is consistently like you are one to talk, man. I've been watching your content for 2.5 years. You are
Jordan. You might be a nerd of it. You
are a nerd.
That's not what Jordan's saying. That's not what Jordan's saying.
You just don't use the verbiage that nerds use.
You know why? Because motherfuckers that watch basketball don't understand it, bro.
Jordan, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. You and the nerds are doing the same damn thing. You just have a lot more charisma when you're doing it. That's it. You're breaking down game film. You're breaking down game film. You're isolating which dribble, whatever. You're getting surgical with the training. And honestly, and you'd be a bad trainer if you weren't a nerd.
I wouldn't want to the point that Jordan is making.
That's not what I'm saying.
The point that Jordan is making is just change the verbiage. And these nerds that came into the game, what they did was they changed the verbiage to make it look like they know more about basketball than basketball players.
I'm not denying that there's a little bit of gatekeeping.
That's exactly what they did. That's why people call Shaq dumb. People call Charles Barkley dumb. That's why motherfuckers that never done what them motherfuckers did always be like, you dumb, you dumb, you dumb. Like, do you really think Shaq is fucking dumb about basketball? I'm 1,000% sure he know more basketball than a lot of motherfuckers. Way more.
So,
but y'all can call him dumb because he don't talk like the way y'all talk.
He's not researched. I would say that. He's not well researched.
He
is very smart basketball player, but if you can learn Phil Jackson's triangle and win 3 championships, you good by me.
But
you're a smart basketball player.
The thing about Shaq is he doesn't have to be researched. Shaq has put in over 40,000 hours in the hardwood.
$15 million a year to talk about basketball. It
he's
wouldn't hurt
put
to
in
do
over.
research.
Shaq has put in his work. Shaq don't gotta watch these weak ass basketball players play right now to be able to talk about the game.
This is what is wrong with basketball culture.
No, it's not.
Cut this bullshit, man.
Shaq doesn't have to watch the Pistons.
This is why you talk shit about the
basketball.
Raptors. This is why you talk shit about the Raptors. You don't watch one Raptor game. I guarantee. I would bet my life right now you ain't watched 2 Raptor games all year. But you will talk shit about Scottie. You talk shit about Ingram. You talk shit about players you don't know. And I'm trying to get away from that. If I'm talking about you, I watch you.
Here's why. And the reason why that's going on.
And there ain't nothing nerdy about that.
Here's the difference, though, Penn. The difference is that Shaq has played winning basketball. Shaq has been on championship teams. He was in the NBA championship 5 times out of 7 years, which means that you can't tell me how to win. I know how to win. You can't tell me what it takes to win. You can't tell me what it takes to build an NBA champion. You can't tell me what it takes to train to be that. You can't tell me what it takes to go through that. You can't tell me that.
But you can
telling you that. Go watch some Detroit Pistons, yo. Go watch some Detroit Pistons. Is that hard? Chill. Let me ask you a question. Chill. You are a very well-researched guy. So the fact that you are related to Shaq, just ignore that for a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you a question. If you go into a friggin' you go on vacation for a year, you don't watch any basketball, and you come back a year later, we'd be like, chill, we happy to see you. Let's talk about what the Pistons did last year. What are you contributing to that? You ain't watched NBA all year. What the hell can you contribute? My point is simple. No one is telling Shaquille O'Neal how to be a good basketball player. I'm certainly not. I'm not telling him. But when he goes down and he is criticizing Rudy Gobert and Joel Embiid and Spider Mitchell, and you tell me you ain't watched them play 2 times in this year, and you just looking at the box score, you are offering casual. No. Here's the problem.
How is he not watching them when he's on set? He's on. So it'll be the Nuggets versus the Wolves. He's on set commentating during halftime of the game. They watch the game during halftime. He'll come on there and talk about the game, and then after the game, they'll talk about it. Shaq's job isn't to go watch the Pistons and talk about that. His job is to commentate on the specific
We just saw
game.
Stephen A. Smith at the basketball game. Yo, we watched Stephen A. Smith at the basketball game playing solitaire. So I don't need to listen to you tell me that because a dude is in the building or because a dude. I don't want to listen to that bullshit. No, I'm sorry. Listen, here's the problem. Okay, there is no. Let me put it this straight. On one hand, there's Mars, okay, and Nerd Sesh, okay. You can call them nerds, you can call them whatever the hell you want. They come prepared. They come and you gotta respect it because that shit takes work. The same reason you respect Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan as basketball players is the same reason you gotta respect Mars and Nerd Sesh and frankly Jordan. No offense, I'm gonna put you with the nerds.
Mars watch a lot of basketball.
You watch a lot of basketball too. Don't be lying. Don't be lying and trying to be one of the cool kids here. You watch a ton of basketball. You watch more basketball. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I watch a ton of basketball. You might watch more basketball than I do.
There's nothing corny about watching basketball.
There's nothing corny about it, and that's what I'm saying. So being researched is nothing. If you're paid to talk basketball, you better not be reading the box score to me.
It's not the research that we are talking about. Like that is commendable. The more you watch, the more you study, the more you learn the game. That's commendable. It is the terminology that we're talking about.
Like I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with Mars. Like the biggest misconception.
Glass cleaning lockdown. What is a glass cleaning lockdown?
Like the biggest misconception about Mars is right. Like you can say Mars is a nerd. Not really. Like Mars can have a full-blown basketball conversation with you and not bring up one of them terms. Like he can do a full-blown conversation and argue every point and not bring up none of that shit because he's watching it, because he's studying it, because he sees it. But this is the whole deal with this terminology. And we can end this shit here. When you look up shit like VORT and win shares and you place the rankings of these players and you only see 3 good players, and then after that, the rankings be flawed and fucked up. You know why? Because they don't know what the fuck they talking about. That's why. That's exactly why
But you know what you're talking about saying 22, 7, and 7, and he's a bum.
Win shares.
Why is one thing worse than the other? Why is my saying that Chris Paul is amazing because he had a 55 win shares in his first 4 seasons? Why is that any less absurd a statement than LeBron is a bum for averaging 22 on 35% 3-point shooting? By the way,
who said he was a bum? Nobody ever said Bron is a bum.
Oh, I'm sorry. The word was quit. He quit. He quit the finals because he had 22, 7, and 7. Man,
you can quit. What does that have to do with? What does that have to do with
the law of evolution? The law of evolution says find a way. Okay, if you're a shooter, shoot. If you're a rebounder, rebound. Okay, Ben Wallace ain't making it to the NBA. What's up?
He said super chat.
We got to get to these super chats.
Damn.
Sure.
Salute to everybody that's in here watching the video. Make sure you download Splash and join the 50K Survivor and the 15K weekly pick'em game. The link is in the bio. Also, like the video, subscribe, become a Hall of Famer, all of that good stuff. Salute to all of our Hall of Famers. By the way, that includes my man Vale. That includes Multi-Kenny. That includes Bulletproof, Kingster, Teddy Hart, Trevi, Cheese, Joe Breezy, and Worldwide Mace Television. All right, y'all. We got a couple new members. One is Sakhail Malinga. Hope I said your first name right. I'll just call you Sack. My man, Sack Malinga. Shout out to Sack for joining up.
Sakil.
Sakali.
I would guess it's Sakil, but I'll look it up. I want to be correct.
I'll just call him Sack.
Sakali.
Shout out Sack. SMN R&DM said, look, I understand what you were saying, Jordan. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter, and people pointing it out is just finding a reason to hate on LeBron. And this is coming from someone who has LeBron fourth behind MJ, Kareem, and Kobe Bryant.
As long as you understand what I'm saying, that's all that matters. As long as you understand, I ain't gonna fight you on your point. Whether you disagree, cool. But to act like you don't understand what I'm saying, and to act like what I'm saying is insane, I think that's where we have a disconnect. But as long as you understand,
it's Sakile.
Shout out Sakile. Brett Bovia said, Pin, I don't have anything insightful to say, but you cooked up today.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to Pin cooking up.
shout out to Penn Cooking Porch.
Kendrick became a YouTube member. Shout out to Kendrick. Filthy Rags by George Hawkins also became a YouTube member. Shout out to both of them. And Jonathan Frazier said Braun has 11 of the 18 points in that fourth, bro.
Let's not.
He could have 14 had he shot last. Had he shot
could have had 18 too. Okay.
Could have had it. Yeah.
Could have had 18. What would that have done for his legacy? Okay.
Oh my God. You know what it, Penn, you know what it, and we can move on to, but you know what it did? Remember he did that against Detroit? That's what they talking about. That's what they talk about.
25
Imagine
straight.
if he did that against the 73-win
you know what's crazy though? In 2K, you do score 25 straight points with a player, don't you? Because you start going crazy. You might that's my favorite player. I scored 20 straight points with Scotty Barnes. I'm like, damn, this guy never gonna do this in real life, but at least I got to see it in 2K. All right,
y'all. The PCL will be coming up here very soon. It's actually Friday, September 12th. That isn't this Friday, but it is next Friday. We will have our draft. The captains will be announced soon. As you can see, the first and the second and the third place prize. And the first round will be a King of the Court round. So you guys just make sure to mark your calendars and be ready for this. Also, last but not least, make sure to pull up to the press box Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern. We are out of here. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Same time tomorrow, same place, same crew. We'll see you soon.
Later.
Peace.